Good, man. No, so how'd y'all meet?
Biking.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Were you going over and doing the group rides at the beaches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did a Thursdays and the Tuesday Worlds.
Oh, I gotcha. Because, yeah, I was only going over there on Saturdays. And then I was meeting Owen during the week, and we'd ride from pretty much his apartment. But I know it's a long drive, man. Like, especially to be like, I'd have to leave my house at like 5, or I'd have to get up at like 4:30 to be at his place by like 7 with getting the dog. We got a couple dogs, and like getting the dogs ready, and then getting we got 2 kids now. But
You live here in Clay?
yeah, I'm right there.
Oh, yeah.
Across the street from Garber.
Yeah. I'm on 220 by Whitey's. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a hike.
Yeah,
To make it out there.
But like that's hands down the most fun ride.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't like just doing the Nocatee ride and stuff is just so much fun.
One time I got to the Thursday night ride a little bit late, and I got right there off a Mickler's, and my average was 25.5 out.
Before you got there?
No, just when you guys picked me up. Because usually it's like 21 or 20 when you start from. It was like
Right.
Because right there on Mickler's and A1A, that's where I jumped on, and it was 25.5. I was like, dang, it's like a race.
Yeah.
Average. You know what I mean?
Why-
20, and that's going up the bridge and all that.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
25.5. It's
Wow.
just
Yeah.
it was the average from Mickler's. Did the loop, came back, and I stopped right there at Mickler's when my car was out. I was like, damn, that was pretty fast.
Yeah,
That's a fast ride, man.
I lapped it one day on the Saturday ride, like when things started getting a little, like pretty much I think I lapped it when we got to the bridge,
Yeah.
and then I lapped it on the way back, and I think we were 25.8 for 50 miles or something. And I was like, it's just like you don't, and then to average 25.8, I mean, you got those 30 mile an hour, 33 mile an hour surges, and like I always liked with him. We joke about it. I think there's a woman or two on an e-bike. And like the e-bikes can't even keep up. Like when a couple of them guys get up
That's gotta
front,
be sweet, man,
and you get a
dropping e-bikes.
tailwind, like because like a couple times I was like I'd look up front, I'd be like 10th wheel or something. I'd look up there, I'm like, dude, that lady's up there fucking cranking, man.
Yeah.
And I get up there, I'm like, oh, she's on e-bike, that makes sense. And then you'll go through like one of the spokes and then catch that tailwind, and then you start shelling the e-bike people, and it's fun. Like
Yeah, to me, it's a lot of fun when people, at the end of the ride, they're like, man, you know what? I looked at your big ass belly and I thought we were going to drop you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you don't see 300-pounders out there, man.
No,
I mean, I've been up to like 330, 340
really,
and still keep up. I got to be, I swear I have to be putting like 750 watts just to keep up going up the bridge. And I got to measure my wattage, otherwise I'm going to burn out. But it's like,
what's the highest number you've seen?
On
'cause I know
1788, I think it's my
Jesus Christ.
1788. Yeah,
That's
and
great.
I'm not a sprinter.
That's
but
Kittle and
it's
all
just,
those guys.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of your, like, when I was riding a lot, I know like you had a lot of the KOMs, like they were the shorter KOMs.
Yeah,
but like
I got the one on Moody.
Okay.
The Moody Sprint or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I was going 43 or something.
Holy cow.
43. Hey, but being transparent, little Raul did a lead out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there's always the gray line. Like I know I had a couple of buddies. He had a KOM on 209 South, and then it was like one of those tailwind days, and I think he had like 33 or something, and it was one of the days that you and I were riding together, and you ended up dropping me, and then we have a mutual friend that came in town from Atlanta, and we had my little Zuma out there at like 38, like going through, like, and I let him out the whole time. He just wheel sucked the whole time, and then he's like, can't tell Owen that I was riding behind the scooter.
Right.
But yeah, it was that's the biggest problem. It's like a good and the bad with Strava. Like you could go out there and just ruin any kind of training ride you're going to go do.
Right. What I look at is, to me, the real ones are, especially if you're going uphill, of course, and if it's flat, I always look at like the wattage output. Everybody should have a freaking power meter.
Yeah.
Like, because if you look at the power that was putting out on that ride, it was like everything like over 1,000 the whole time. It's just
Crazy.
The highest I've ever seen, I think, was like 1,015, and
Right,
that was at
right.
like that Green Cove crit,
Yeah, peak
like trying
1
to
second.
bridge across or something. But yeah, like
I did a race out there in that was last year in Pinellas.
okay.
I hit over 1,000 40 times.
Wow.
In one race. It's just I have to because
Yeah.
I weigh so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have to. It's like every corner 1,000, 1,000, 1,000.
But-
Otherwise, I get dropped.
You just had one of your athletes just won nationals or something, and he was a big boy too.
Yeah.
By what's is he 1,700?
No. I think Justin's maybe 15
Really?
range, but again, he was.
He's a lot lighter though.
Yeah. I think Justin might have maxed out at 250.
Yeah.
And he's down to about 180, 190 now. So.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But he's still got 2 tree trunks,
Yeah.
that have been carrying around his body, and he lost half of his body, so he's like.
Yeah.
he
That's
just-
what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to just lose weight, but it's so hard. It just and I didn't realize. I didn't really. I'm 47 years old, and I finally realized, hey, man, you could do 200, 300 miles a week, but if your diet sucks,
Yeah.
you never. It's like if you're trying to lose weight, 80% of it is diet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, I used to race a lot more when I was about like 12 years ago, and I would ride and ride and ride. The lightest I got was like 265. I wanted to get down like 210 or something. I was like, man, if I get down to 210, I'm gonna smoke everybody.
Yeah, you would have crushed us all.
The diet, man. It's just I love to eat. I love to smoke meat. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
big. I mean, my backyard is like, I got like a smoker. I have a Argentinian grill. I have a green egg. I have a gas grill. I have a flat griddle. I mean, I got everything, man. I love to cook, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, but
We got to go over for the barbecue, man. When is this?
whenever.
Yeah.
I love to cook. I'm
Let's
serious.
go. All right.
No, I mean I do it for my the whole neighborhood. It's only like 30 houses in my neighborhood. It's
Okay.
like 25, and I invite them once a year. I do cookouts for all the builders that I work for.
Nice.
When my son was wrestling, I cooked for everybody. I just love to cook, man.
Oh man, you got to definitely let.
I mean, I love to
Yeah.
cook.
We'll come over for sure.
I really don't know how podcasts work, but I mean, I could send you a bunch of little clips, and maybe you could just put all the stuff that I cook, like a
Oh, yeah,
like
for
a couple
sure.
of like
Yeah, we
do
can throw
like
it in the
10
comments.
like a 10-second clip or something. Like, hey, he cooks this, cooks that. It's just, I love to cook, man.
Yeah, I enjoy cooking too. Like
And I'm a bit of a Schmidt talker, like when I'm cooking, because those pellet grills.
Yeah.
I call them easy bake ovens.
Yeah.
I got like a little TikTok
Yeah.
channel. That's like, hey, this is to all you easy bake oven guys out there. And
I-
then I cut a little brisket, and it's all juicy. It's got the smoke ring, and I just like.
So you got a page for this?
No, not really. I just
okay.
I just put it on my TikTok
okay.
thing. It's nothing,
Hey.
But I might start doing something like that, and I also want to like what's the word? Put everything into a channel as far as me losing weight.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I stopped cycling,
Yeah.
I got up to like 345
Holy crap.
a year ago.
Right.
And then in February, I was like, man, that's enough, dude. I couldn't tie my shoes and shit, just looking like a whale.
You look good now, man. I mean, you look strong, like fit.
Yeah, I started in February, and it's like, so what I want to do is like encourage people that are like 40, like middle-aged guys. It's like, look, you can do it. So first, I want to do it and then put it out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe, put everything out there as I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Lose the weight, and
What?
no trend, no TRT,
Right.
nothing. And one of the cyclists is my doctor, and I told him, hey man, because he just did my blood work.
Yeah.
I said, look, why don't we just put this on, and we start a YouTube channel, and then like we could help people lose weight and
Right.
get fit, and so basically I want to be like really strong at benching, really strong at squatting. And but at the same time, I want to be able to go, a couple of flights of stairs and not be out of breath.
Yeah.
So it's not all about, hey, how much can you bench? Yeah, but let me see, what's your VO2 max?
Yeah. True.
You got to be well rounded. You know what I mean?
Well, what you could do is you could ride across America.
Again?
I'm sorry, that was a segue there.
Yeah. So how did that? Let's jump into that story. How did that happen, or what started that? Like what made you want to just? So I guess what was the route, or what was? Okay, so
well, it wasn't planned at all. It was Well, you're about to hear the craziest Schmidt ever. So. I had an argument with my wife, and I just needed to get some air. And I was like, man, well, there's that Schwinn that I bought at Walmart like forever ago. Never used it. It's all dusty.
Yeah.
I got it, got it off the ceiling, got on it, and I just started pedaling.
Yeah, you were just like going to ride across town, right?
And then I figure, since I made it to the county line and I made it this far, I say I might as well keep going. And I was hungry, I ate. When I was tired, I slept. And when I had to go, I went. And I would ride, dude. Anyways, so I got on the bike. Then the wind started hitting my face. I said, shit, man, you know what? It's just like flashbacks when I was like 10 years old and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, this is fun. Riding bikes is fun, dude.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies calling me. He goes, hey, Sharon said you left on a bike, man. What are you doing? I said, man, I just need to, clear my mind. He goes, man, get your ass back home, man. I mean, you can't go anywhere on a bicycle. How far do you think you're gonna go? I said, shit, I'll make it to California. And I was joking.
Where were you living at the time?
I was on the west side.
Okay. Oh, so Jacksonville.
On Jacksonville, Florida.
Gotcha.
Yeah, on the west side. And he goes, and I told him, I'll just go to California, because that's where I'm from. I was like, I'm just going to California. He starts laughing. Like, you'll never make it. And I was like, oh, really? And I'm one of those like, hey, it's like, you'll never do that. You'll never do that. And I said, shit, I'm going to do it. And I say, how hard can it be? I just like, everything seems easy to me, man. I swear everything seems easy to me. It's like, I've driven across the country many times.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll get on the bicycle and I'm just gonna fucking keep going. I'll follow the sunset. And I call Sharon up. I say, hey babe, I'm cool, but I'm just gonna go to LA. And she's like, what? I said, she's like, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. She's like, well, let me know when you're ready for a bus ticket or a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy. You're never going to make it.
Yeah.
I got to, what was it? Right before Tallahassee, there's a state park. And I call it spaghetti legs. When you do squats and the next day you're like this. I had spaghetti legs. My ass was hurting. My legs was, I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? This is crazy, but I can't go back. I already said I'm going to do it. And, I sat there for 3 days just doing this. I was doing this shit. I'm like, oh, man, this is fucking nuts, man. But,
Did you have a hotel room at this point? Or
no.
You were just on?
No, I was just camping.
Really?
Yeah. I got a tent. I got a stove. I got a mattress. Yeah. I got tons of pictures, man. This is Everything's well documented.
I think that's the clip page.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get. We'll get
put
some for
pictures
sure.
that, like, yeah. Anyways, after that,
What year was this?
this was hell, it had to have been 13 years ago, 14 years. It's been a while.
Yeah, I saw it's not 1990. Like it's still it's pretty recent.
It's semi-recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife said, "Hey, okay, go ahead and do it, but you have to be back for Christmas." I said, "All right." Dude, it took me 2 months. It took me 2 months to make it to LA. So I spent some time in Tallahassee, just rubbing out my legs and shit. And
On a Schwinn.
on a Schwinn. Yeah. The bike was $89.99. I mean, I got pedals that cost $500.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just the pedals.
Yeah.
Your front tires more than that. Yeah.
I got one tire.
Yeah.
I was buying those damn super light tubes. They're like $40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Those
synthetic latex tubes.
Like
vinyls,
like the super light shit there.
So anyway, you got to Tallahassee. You're rubbing your legs out. 3-day break. Let's go. What's next?
Okay. So I was like, all right, well, I gotta keep going. So my legs got better. My buttocks got better. And I kept going, and
You was wearing like gym shorts?
yeah,
Gym shorts, like a tank top?
a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I left 360. I came back 260. I lost like 100 pounds in 2 months.
See, that's what I was saying. We can get.
Yeah.
You want to lose 100 pounds?
Yeah.
It's proven.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyways, I was in Tallahassee. Because the state park was before Tallahassee. Then when I made it to Tallahassee, I had a flat. And how long is this thing, man? Because this fucking story is
dude,
crazy.
you're fine.
Yeah,
we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
We got a couple hours.
Yeah, I think as long as I'm good by 5, I'm good.
Okay. So I made it to Tallahassee, and I had a flat tire, and then I had those super cheap tires. It was Walmart bicycles, so it's like they were all like super thin. They were all messed up, and then this guy on a bicycle pulls up and goes, "Oh, damn, man, your tires are all messed up." And I said, "Yep." And I didn't know shit about bicycles, how to fix them. I mean, I was learning on the fly. And he's like, "Well, I got 2 of them. They're 26s,
Oh, no way.
So he goes, "Yeah, man, I'll sell them to you for $20." I said, "Shit, that's pretty good." All right. So he goes and gets them. And he goes, "I help him put them on." He helps me put them on. He's adjusting my brakes and stuff. He's like, "Oh man, you should put a mirror here." And I was like, "Man, this guy's fucking nice." You know what I'm saying? This guy's nice.
I wonder who it was, man. We probably know him or something.
Well,
great.
Hold on.
Oh.
And then he goes, "Do you have a hairy stomach?" What? He goes, "No, but I just like hairy stomachs."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Well, man, it was very nice of you to help me out. I got to go." I had to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, "Do you have a hairy stomach?" I was like, "All right, that's my cue to take off."
Wow.
Yeah, he wanted to see my hairy stomach.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah,
Time to
nah,
go, bro.
it's time to keep pedaling, man."
Thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, I said, "It's time to go."
It's
He's
like,
like, "What's wrong, man? I just, thought you want to release some stress." I was like, "No, I got to go."
I'll ride my bike.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
boys want a tire change somewhere
Yeah, I
else.
was like, this dude is so nice, man. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we didn't know him.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is gonna be some local cyclist that I know over there, and he's just a nice guy. No, I don't know any.
Comes
of those.
full circle.
Yeah, I don't know any of those guys over there.
Are you just riding like bike lane or like where?
A good chunk of it was Highway 90, Beaver Street.
Yeah. Beaver
90.
Street,
Okay.
90,
Yeah,
I
because
know,
I think Beaver makes it all the way into Texas.
Yes,
I think.
correct.
Wow, that's
100%.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's interesting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
cool.
was just
I rode 90 to Tallahassee
Right.
before, and it was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I didn't think about going farther. Actually, I
Yeah.
did. I take that back.
Yeah.
We went to Panama City, but
So did you have a cell phone at this point, and you're kind of
I had a flip phone.
flip phone. So
yeah.
you didn't have GPS. You're just fucking
No,
mapping.
man, I got pictures of with a Ziploc bag with the tape to the. It's a fucking crazy rig, dude.
And you're
It's
so
just-
at this point, even in making it to Tallahassee, you're by yourself.
Okay, so after the funny guy, I made it past Tallahassee, and then this guy pulls up from behind me, and this dude was all decked out, man. He had the panniers, and I didn't even know panniers were. I mean, I didn't know any of the terminology. Anyways, he had the rear panniers, the front, and he had the nice bag, and just like he had a hub with all the, you know what I'm saying? And I said, damn, man, this guy is freaking like a pro. And he goes, hey, buddy. And then he had a German accent. And he goes, hey, he saw me with, I looked like a homeless guy because I had shit hanging everywhere. I just, you know what I'm saying? I had all the gear, but it was just, he goes, hey, man, where you going? And I stick my chest out. I said, man, I'm going to California, man. It's like, thinking I'm a badass. He goes, and then I go, well, where are you going? He goes, I'm going around the world. I was like, then my chest sunk in. I was like, damn. Marcus Schworn is his name.
wow.
Marcus Schworn. Yeah, he's everywhere on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, super
Yeah, definitely
cool dude,
shout out
man.
to him. Then we'll have to look him up.
Yeah, Marcus Schworn. Yeah, he did a trip around the world. But when I told him what I was doing, he was like, his jaw dropped. He goes, "What? You just left? No training, no gear, and that? Oh my!" He was just like, he goes, "This me going around the world is nothing compared to
What you're doing?
yeah what I'm doing." I was like, I thought to myself, "Shit, going around the world, that is just nuts. That's just like
Right.
that kicks ass."
But he had
goes,
like super loaded bike.
oh yeah, he was
Yeah,
he's
doing 100 watts to your 300. you
yeah.
know?
No, he had everything.
Was he like, oh, did you see the guy asking about the hairy bellies? Or,
Stay
I
away
don't
from
think
him.
he met him. I don't think he met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I rode with him for a few days. We made it to Waveland, Mississippi, and there was a picnic table out front in this. There was it said salvage camp, and then it said like a volunteer camp on it, and was, hey, it's all right if we use this table to heat up our food. And the guys were like super nice guys, like, yeah, man, go ahead, no problem. And man, one of the guys is like, hey, man, so what are you guys doing? And he goes, well, I'm going to California. He's going around the world. They're like, what? That is just, everybody's like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And I was like, so what do you guys do here? He goes, no, we're volunteers because we're trying to fix up all that mess from Katrina.
Oh yeah.
And then we're looking for somebody to.
So that's when it was. Okay, around that time.
Yeah,
frame.
it was about a year later.
Okay.
It was still messed up.
Yeah, it's still messed up.
And they're like, yeah, man, we're trying to learn how to do drywall. I was like, I'm the best. I'm the world's best drywaller, man. And I believe I am. And that's I'll teach you guys how to. And we stayed there for 10 days.
wow.
Yeah, I was teaching them how to hang it, how to tape it, how to finish it, how to texture it, and I was like, man, but this is like, well, I got to keep going, man, because my wife said I got to be home by Christmas. Yeah, so I did 10 days over there,
That's awesome.
and then when we made it to Texas, Marcus went south to Mexico because from there he went to like all the way down to
He probably like took
Patagonia?
35 down south.
I think so.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't
San
remember
Antonio,
yeah, but I know that after Beaumont, a couple,
Okay.
he started going south,
Yeah.
Nice.
and I kept going west, towards Santa Monica.
Were you like
Yeah.
wheel sucking those days that you were riding with him, or did you?
Yeah, that's when I learned about drafting.
Yeah.
He goes, hey man, get behind me, and my mind blew. I was like, holy shit, I could.
Yeah.
Drafting's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Owen would have been like, okay, I'm gonna pull for like 10 minutes. Then you got to pull your 10 minutes. Like
Yeah.
he'd have been throwing you to the wolves.
Yeah. No, I remember one time we did that that ride at the beach, he was going 28 miles an hour into a freaking 20-mile-an-hour headwind. He ripped everybody apart.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. There was a head because it's really windy on A1A.
Yeah.
And we had it's like, holy crap, we're doing 28 into the wind. And he was up there for a long time.
Oh, dude,
into the wind.
Dude, he's dragged me back so many times.
I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
We did 131 for my 31st birthday, and he pulled like a good 100 miles of it. And I cracked hard at, I think 95, and he's like, dude, we're gonna stop at the gas station. You got to get like 2 fig bars, chug a Coke, get some chips, and you'll be good. And I was like, oh, dude, I don't think so.
Yeah,
like
I like
10 minutes,
those rice cakes, man.
10 minutes later, I was like, oh man, I feel good. And then we started rolling back. And then
I said,
Palatka.
I said I'm gonna do some intervals, and he goes, I don't feel that good.
He goes, 115. He goes, I'm gonna go ahead and do some intervals, and he's like, if you want to like, just jump on. I'm like, nah, dude. I was like, because we were coming up to my house, and I think I had 5 miles left to get to 131. And I was like, I'm just gonna ride circles, like back and forth on 209 until I get to 131. He's like, okay, I'll see you later. I was like, dude. So yeah. Anyways,
machine.
This isn't a show about Owen.
Yeah.
I think that's why he likes to come on, so people can stroke his ego.
We'll talk about my Jeep in a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. So we're in Texas at this point. My homeboy, he went south.
No more flats or anything.
I have flats all the time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Then I got those super thick tires. They're super heavy because everything was breaking. I had the cassette broke. I was just fixing everything as I went. Yeah. Because it's a cheap ass bike.
Yeah.
It was quite the thing, man. When I made it to Ozona, Texas, I was in the it's a super small town. I was in the little town square, in the middle of and I was just pitching my tent just like usual, and then the sheriff shows up and he goes, "What you doing, son?" I said, "Well, I'm just gonna pitch a tent, catch some Z's, and in the morning I'm gonna roll up and keep going." He goes, "Well, you can spend the night in jail if you want." I was like, "Well, that don't sound bad to me." "Where's it at?" He goes, "Just go a block that way, make a left. I'll let him know you're coming." I said, "All right."
Yeah.
Yeah. I went over there and I said, "Hey, they said they got a room for me." Yeah. And I showed them my ID. They ran. It's like, "Yeah, you're good." All right. They gave me double mattress, fed me dinner.
Wow.
Took a shower. I shaved. In the morning, drank some coffee, ate breakfast.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a free hotel, man. I didn't have to pitch a tent or roll up. It was just, it was.
See, I thought he was giving you a hard time, but he was just saying, "Hey."
No, he was just. At first, I thought, yeah.
But
it's just like, no, he can't be. But you can see his demeanor. He was cool.
He's like, "Yeah, you can stay inside and
Yeah.
not have to worry about that guy chasing you, looking at your belly."
Yeah.
He's still behind you.
That was the motivation the whole time from Tallahassee.
Yeah.
He was going to turn around and go home.
Cell.
Yeah.
But
the true
So
story is
did
that.
you at this point, by the time you got to Texas, are you figuring out what kind of calories you need? What you're already figuring your body out, like what it's taking?
Back then, I didn't have a ton of money, which is one of the reasons why. Well, I got upset with my wife because, she's gonna get pissed if she sees this, but this is the truth. She's not very good at balancing the checkbook, and I was like, "Look, if we ain't got the money, don't write a check, because I don't want to pay the stupid ass $35 fee." And then like back then, every time you use your debit card, they'll allow the transaction to go through.
Oh, yeah.
But then they'll give you a non-sufficient fund fee of $35.
Yeah.
So if I'm buying something for $2,
Yeah.
and she's swiping that card, but the stupid ass banks, no, they're not stupid. They're like
They're
thieves.
smart. Yeah. Smart thieves.
They know
Right.
that you have a check coming,
Yep.
and it's sitting there waiting to go through. They know the check is good, and it's just
And they
fucking
then they
banks,
do
man.
they always do the little or the big one first, and then they'll nail you with all the $3 ones, right? And so if they would have put all the $3 ones in first, you would have had no fees, right?
Yeah.
And then put the big one in and charge me one fee. No, we're going to put the big one in. Now you're overdrawn.
Yeah.
Now we're going to hit you 3 times, and you're going to get the $335. Oh, man.
And what pisses me off is that,
Not that
they won't cancel. I mean, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think everyone should.
They won't
Oh,
decline. They won't decline
No,
the transaction. They'll let it go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
buy some chewing gum for $1, and I got to pay $1 plus. I got to pay $36 for gum. I'm like, what? That just irritated the crap out of me. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And I hate, woman beaters. I don't do that shit. So I was like, what do I do, man? I was like, well, let me go catch some air. That's how.
Oh, that's how it all started.
That's how I started.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm going to go catch some air. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
all done that. You know?
Yeah. It was the damn banks with the stupid ass fees, and
So
but
it's
I
the
was a
banks.
lot younger, but now I know how to manage money a lot better.
Yeah.
But that's why I left.
Yeah.
And that was part of it. And then the second part is because my homie said, "Hey, you'll never make it."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh shit, that's different."
You're just like AJ. AJ's the same way. We're like, oh, you can't run 50 miles. And he's like, watch this. I won't even train,
Yeah.
and he does the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, then he's like sore for like a couple weeks. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I told you.
No, one time I was really broke, and I had to texture a whole building for the Fayetteville Razorbacks in Arkansas.
Wow.
For their dorm, and because I do drywall, and the drywall contractor goes, "Hey man, do you want to finish that?" I said, "Yeah, I'll finish it, but you got to give me this the texture too." And I just invented a freaking spray rig, dude. I invented my own spray rig,
Wow.
and I have it right now in my shop. Just looking at it to kind of keep me humble, because when you got too much pride, it can get you in trouble. So I look at it, and I invented my own spray rig. It's just like I started studying fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
It's just this whole freaking crazy thing, man. It just and all this shit that I'm telling you, man, is verifiable, man. It's just the
it's just funny you say that, because I had one of the guys was back there working on the little race car, and he was like, "Man, what's up with these Harbor Freight tools?" I'm like, "You got to know where you came from, man. You got to keep those. You got to keep those in the arsenal too to keep you grounded. You can't have Craftsman everything."
Well, I had a Harbor Freight air compressor, because I was like really low on funds. I used that compressor, and I put this whole thing together, man, and it worked flawlessly.
Yeah.
It was just, and when one of the drywallers was like, "Man, that'll never work, man. That is crazy. You're going to get in trouble." And I said, "No, it's going to work. It's going to work." So I had 2 months. To build this thing, and I started. I don't even have a high school diploma, So I started studying fluid dynamics. How much pressure do I need to push out mud at a certain viscosity, and I had to learn what centipoise was, which is the measure, the unit of measure for how thick a material is, a fluid. Like air is a fluid, and then and also liquid is also a fluid. It's like I had to learn all that shit.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
And I invented my own funnel system, and it was just the craziest thing, man. And it got me out of poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, because when I was in Arkansas, I got in trouble, did a little bit of time. I got out, and I was broke. This was this was after. That's why I stopped racing way back then. I got in trouble, did a couple years, and I got out, had no money. I was like, man, I got to get out of this damn pup. Just having no money sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, I got to do something, man. And I invented my own spray rig,
Wow.
and it got me out of poverty. And
What was something like that cost if you were to go to like a big?
if you buy a spray rig, it's like $20,000.
I got you.
Yeah, but I had nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so I bought an air tank, and I went from there.
That's nice.
I mean, all I did was I filled up the air tank with mud, and I pressurized it with the air compressor from Harbor Freight, and the air pushed out the mud from the bottom, and then the leftover air is what itemized the texture, what broke it up, but then I had to study. You know, I had to.
Was it like a pain in the ass to clean?
No, I just kept using it.
Oh.
I just kept using it. I just kept, I never really cleaned it.
At this point, you're dumping drywall mud in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
are you having to break it down? Are you having to use like water to make it more liquidy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So this would be like a knockdown wall,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Textured wall.
Yeah.
Like
It was orange peel. It was
Yep.
orange peel.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was, luckily over there, everything was orange peel walls and ceilings. It was just a breeze, dude. I was just killing it, man. And people were like, "What the hell, man? This guy is just like."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, the thing of it is, it gave me fuel when people said that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
You know, and then they were like, "Damn."
Yeah.
You know, and drywall money is in spraying and texturing. And then I took all that money that I made and I came back to Florida once I was able to, because I couldn't leave Arkansas because, how it is. You got to, you're on parole and shit. So I came back to Florida and I bought this company, Jaguar Drywall, from an old friend of mine.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hey, Raul, where you been, man?" "Well, I got in trouble." "You didn't kill anybody, right?" "No." "Well, I know you're not a chomo." I was like, "Oh, I hate chomos." I was beating up chomos, matter of fact. I had some stuff on me. "All right, well, whatever. Come on." I came back to Florida, and I bought the company from him.
Wow.
And, now we're doing okay. We're doing
Nice.
like 5-6 million in total sales yearly.
Cool.
It's still Jaguar drywall?
Still Jaguar Drywall. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's
Yeah.
the first plug.
Yeah, my dad was a drywall guy.
Yeah, I kind of. You're
yeah.
saying knock down an orange
Yeah,
peel
yeah.
and making. I was like, this
So,
guy
but
knows.
maybe even like Hernandez Enterprises back in the day. George Orgetta, George Hernandez.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, Hernandez Enterprise. Now I think it's something else. But no, I've seen your vehicles around. You've done some commercials, a bunch of commercial stuff,
Yeah.
right? And residential.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen your stuff around. That's cool. That's very awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just that spray rig that I invented doing the Razorback dorms got me the money to come back over here and
Yeah, it's funny how like a lot of the like stories from just other business owners that I talk to, like you just get that one big break and it just helps. Like even if it's just like confidence to help snowball into other stuff. You're like, oh shit, I can do this. Like if that dude can do it, why can't I?
Yeah.
If that dude can ride around the world, I can ride to California.
Yeah. Anyway, so after
So you're in the jail. Have you called or texted? I mean, you've called your wife and been like, hey,
no, she was cool. She's like,
I slept in the jail last night. I'm all right.
Just make it before Christmas. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
But you had to check in. Or what about your buddy who said you couldn't do it? Have you called him? You're like, yo, bitch, I'm in Texas now. Like, I don't know. I mean, like,
what, the guy that likes hairy stomachs? And
no.
What are you talking
The
about?
guy
Your
that
buddy.
told you.
Tony.
Yeah, I didn't know his name was Tony. I know one of your buddies. You said you couldn't do it. You call him and you're like, hey, this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
He probably thought you were just hiding out somewhere in Tallahassee or something.
Yeah.
No.
No, they knew what I was doing.
Wow.
It was, and you know what? When you're out there, everybody's really nice, man.
Yeah, didn't you say you stopped at like a cookout one day or something like that?
Yeah, like truckers. Yeah, I did. I was at a retirement community.
Yeah.
People fed me, and like truckers are super nice. I think.
We're looking for that hairy belly, man. I don't know about truckers.
That was the only guy.
That was the only
everybody
weird
else.
Truckers,
That guy was a little too nice.
Yeah.
But
lot lizards, I think is what they're called.
Yeah.
I think the showers back then were like $10 or something like that, and I was like, man, I don't want to pay $10 to take a shower. Yeah. And I would go up to a trucker. I was like, hey, man, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for food. This is what I'm doing. I'm riding my bicycle to California, and I don't want to pay $10 to take a shower. Can you help me out? Because I know you guys get a I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I think is every 100 gallons of diesel, they get a free shower.
Yeah.
And some of them had like a whole bunch of vouchers. I mean, man, I got a bunch of them. And so I would get free showers.
Like Flying J or whatever.
Flying J
Yeah,
and
cool.
Travel America.
Yeah, TA,
TAs.
Travel America.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's how I showered and shaved.
There was one in
and
Slide
and I got that tip from Marcus, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus gave me some tips, man.
Oh, I
He goes,
bet.
oh, man, you do this and do that. And he goes, fire stations, they're good places to pitch a tent. Churches are good places. And truck stops. And you can ask truckers for shower vouchers and, you know.
You know, now they have a it's an app, and it's called Warm Shower. And you literally, like, you could be a person that's like on the app, and so anybody that's riding, they would contact you and just say, hey, I'm coming through the area, you know, do you mind if I pitch a tent, or you have a room or whatever? And so that's how they do it now. The guys who ride across the country is
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's warm.
So it's easier now.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't have apps back then, you know. You just
Yeah.
Or 26-inch tires.
Right.
Yeah, or a freaking Schwinn,
Yeah.
$88 bike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, no. One time, Marcus and I, we were, I don't know where the hell we were. We pitched a tent at a police station, and now they work his ass up with the guns out, they're drawn.
Oh no!
And they're like, hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing here? And it's like, yep, you guys got to go. Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, yeah, he didn't point it out. He was just kind of like, he didn't know what to expect, who was coming out. And so I guess, you know, it's all right that he had it out, but he didn't point it at us. But yeah, that was kind of exciting.
Well, yeah. You woke up real quick. I bet.
Like,
it's time to go.
Yeah.
it's time to go. Yeah.
Time to go.
So and then you got the other sheriff who's letting you spend the night.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know what? I think Marcus wrote a book about him going around the world, and he mentioned me in his book.
No way.
Yeah, I think, but I never looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's time to look it up.
Yeah.
15 years later.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, especially now that we're all talking about it again. So so you left the jail, and what's
In
what's
Ozona?
next?
Azonas.
So okay. After that,
We're only halfway.
I remember.
Barely.
I remember.
You got a helmet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I got to protect the dome, man. I do remember out there in the high desert. In the my water was frozen one time. It got really low, and so I couldn't do my usual breakfast, oatmeal. Everything was solid.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and crazy enough, that same day, it got super hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if I don't see any water in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna flag a car down. And luckily, I did find some water. But yeah, out there in the desert, man,
that's
you
scary.
freeze your balls off, and the next you're just dying of thirst.
Yeah.
So hot, it's just
Wow.
yeah.
So that was like kind of going like West Texas and Arizona.
Yeah, I was
New
out there
Mexico and
like
stuff?
that.
New
Yeah, like in New
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that little stretch, man, like from probably like Albuquerque to from Amarillo to Albuquerque, like it like starts going uphill, man. All of a sudden, you're,
Oh yeah. So after the Rio Grande,
yeah,
you got to go up
yeah,
and up and up, and I was like, what in the hell?
yeah.
Because I'm used to like the southeast, nice
Yeah.
and flat. You know,
Yeah,
and then like over there, I'm starting to get to the mountains. I was like, oh, this shit sucks, man. I'm going 3 miles an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you were probably going down, I mean, what was it like on that Schwinn?
There's a stretch
Speed wobbles.
on I-10 where it's legal to
Right.
ride your bike
Okay.
because there's no other route, and you're going downhill.
Yeah.
Dude, I had to have been doing 50.
Wow.
And I mean, I could.
Because you were down to 300 or a little bit under 300 at that
and
point.
I'm just sitting there like a like I'm skiing or something going downhill, and I can make eye contact with like the passengers. Like I saw this little kid going. I was like, oh shit! I made eye contact with him. Yeah, just for like 10 miles, just on I-10.
Oh man.
Yep.
Wow.
I drove that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, you're just like.
But even like six gap, you're faster than cars going.
Oh,
down
totally,
on all
yeah.
the descents. Like
Yeah,
you're
but, like,
catching cars.
Yeah. But
Like-
I-10, it's straight for
It's
most
straight.
part.
Yeah, no, they're
they
doing like
can't-
80.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
they're going super fast.
Well, it's Texas. They're probably doing 90.
Yeah. Yeah.
No speed limits.
The speed limit's 80, but you're like everybody's like, oh, you get yelled at if you're going 80.
Yeah.
So then basically, if you've went through Arizona, New Mexico, then what did you have to go through Nevada?
No,
No.
that's a little too far.
So you're
now.
south, yeah.
South of that.
So because you went through was it Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Phoenix.
So
Yeah,
Tucson, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yep. I stopped at a
You're
retirement community because there was people that saw me in New Mexico, then they saw me again. And they're like, "Oh man, well we're gonna stop over here, and then you come over here and eat, and we're gonna barbecue, and we're gonna tell everybody." And
you were telling about the barbecue
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You said it was awesome. It was like,
so I stopped there. Everybody was super nice, and and then I made it to the Colorado River, and after that it was the downhill thing that I told you about.
yeah.
And a couple of days later I was in Santa Monica, man. I made it to Santa Monica, and I was like, well, shit, I'm here. I dipped the front tire in the Pacific, and I said, damn, what am I gonna do with all this shit? I ain't gonna fly back with it. And I saw this homeless guy, and I was like, hey man, you want this bike? He goes, what? Nah, man. What you mean? I said, do you want this bike? He goes, for real?
I ain't
said,
got no
"Yeah."
hairy belly.
And I said, look, man, I got a stove, I got food,
Yeah.
I got everything.
Tent, yeah, dude.
Everything.
He's
man.
upgrading big time.
Yeah, he's got a home,
Right.
transportation,
Yeah.
furniture, everything.
Dude,
Oh,
that
that guy
guy-
back to Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah. And he goes, "Are you for real?" Dude started crying,
Oh,
man.
no.
Then I got teary.
Yeah.
Like, dude was super, super happy. I
Right.
think that's the happiest person I've ever seen. Dude was so happy.
That's cool.
And
Isn't that amazing though?
Yeah.
just a
Like-
$80 bike.
Yeah.
He was just like,
Like,
yeah.
dude, imagine if we went around and gave $80 bikes to people that don't have anything like that. Like, that's insane,
Yeah. No, he was super happy.
dude.
And I bought a ticket and flew back, dude. I was not gonna ride back.
What day did you get back?
I'm not really. I don't remember.
Was it like
It
before
was-
Christmas,
It was
or-
before Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
made it on time. Yeah.
A couple weeks.
Yeah,
So sometime in
yeah.
December you made it. then?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you said it took 2 months.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I missed Ava's birthday. She's my youngest daughter.
What's your wife thinking about this whole time? Like, she's like, hey,
she-
he's on a
she-
walkabout
she-
and he's gotta do this.
She knows I'm kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she knows gonna, make it or freaking die trying.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that like really helped with like your kids like being like, oh, like this is, my dad did this crazy thing.
Yeah,
I had this crazy life experience.
Yeah.
Like the life experience alone
Right.
sounds just awesome. Like to be able to be out that long and to,
Look, you know what, man? Check this out. Life is short, and you don't remember what you did yesterday. You don't remember what you ate. You don't remember, what you did a couple days ago. But when you do something that really captivates you, you remember every day. I mean, I remember going up this hill. I remember going down that hill. I remember people. I remember just like those 2 months got like stretched out to like a year because I remember everything, man.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because I took it all in. So sometimes you have to kind of slow down and do something that you really enjoy. That way, because if you just hard work is great. Yes, bust your ass, but you can't just work, and then before you know, you're dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't remember anything. You're like, but this is something that I really absorbed. Like I took it in. I experienced it, savored it. It was great. I don't regret one bit. It was perfect. It was beautiful.
It's funny you say that. I literally just had that same conversation with somebody a day or two ago, and he goes, I have so much money. He's like, I just turned 60. He goes, I wish I would have traveled a lot more, like being younger, like instead of just working nonstop. He's like, now it's like a little bit harder. I can't be away from the business that we started, and his wife's obviously older too, so like you can't do all the exact or the same things that you would do if you were a little bit more able. I was like, man, that's
and
like,
60 is young, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to be,
but not everybody lives. Not everybody's riding a bike, going to the gym, like
right.
anymore. Those business people are business minded, where it's a lot more.
Yeah, there's some 60-year-olds that can't move, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what I'm trying to, because I'm 47 right now,
right? And
I know that my body reacts to like anything that I do. If I'm sedentary for a couple weeks, start blowing up.
Wow.
But if I get my diet right and start working out, and I start to, so, I don't want to be 60, 65, and like, oh man, I can't move anymore. I want to. I want to play. I got 5 grandkids. Okay. I want to play with them. I want to play with my great grandkids. Because one of them's Joel is 8 years old. See there, I got him right here. This is my 5 grandkids.
Wow, nice.
And so he's 8. So say he gets married when he's 22. That's only 15 years or something from now. I want to, I want to be. Yeah. Able-bodied.
Yeah, you're cracking on upper 60s, and
if
you can move around and
yeah. I mean, there's guys out there that ride that are 65 years old, and I mean they'll keep up with anybody.
Yeah.
I think you gotta give a shout out to Tom on that one. Like, dude, that
I don't know why everybody thinks of Tom when they think of old and old and fit. Tom Waltz.
Dude, that's him, man. Like when I see that, I'm like, that dude, like, I know we've been at it. I think it might have been his house, like for a dinner or something for you. And I was like, this dude's he's out there drilling it on the front. Like,
dude, we went on my bachelor party cruise, and I invited him. Right, I was like, dude, I ride with Tom all the time. Love Tom, and man, he's up at every morning. He was up at 5 o'clock, and he's in the gym just ripping out pull-ups. He just ripping it, and. We're all like stumbling into the breakfast hall, right? We're just like, oh crap, we're hurting, and you see him walking and he's just sweaty and he's like, oh yeah, boys, you ready to go? And I mean, he looks great, and he'll be able to chase his kids around or grandkids or whatever, so it's nuts. That's for sure.
Pretty much stay active, man. Stay moving.
So going back to the smoker, I know you're talking a little.
Are you talking shit about it? Because he's a pellet guy.
No. Let's back this up.
I got an offset at my house. Got like 5 tiers.
Yeah,
I smoke it the right way.
I got a home built custom that'll put a 500-pound hog.
But he doesn't use it. He uses the Easy Bake Oven.
I did just get the Easy Bake Oven, and if
they're convenient.
Yeah, so all I can say is
you can sleep.
I'm as old school, and I'm just the old school poor, cooking on nothing but natural wood all my life, and in the last year and a half, I went to the Easy Bake Oven and. It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah.
Now, do you have one or no?
No.
And I refused it forever. I made fun of. I was the guy on social media that said, "Y'all are a bunch of pussies," and
that's me right now.
And I'm the pussy. Yeah. And
dude,
I fell through it.
Okay, so I've had Easy Bake Oven barbecue, and it is pretty good.
Yeah.
It is pretty good. But to me. It just I feel like those logs, especially I use cherry, and cherry just puts this super nice smoke ring, which is the smoke ring is just looks. I know that, but it's just the flavor.
No, I agree.
It's just the depth of the smoke, and then and I mean, I got it down to a science. I mean, I even I make sure my wood is super seasoned, nice and dry. You know, I let the meat rest. I mean, I do everything. I even I put tallow on it.
Beef tallow.
Before I wrap it up, and you know, it's just when I smoke a brisket, you know, I don't wrap it when it hits a certain temperature. What I do is I wrap it when I have a bark.
Yep.
You know, that's what I do, because some people are like, oh man, once it hits 165, and is it, what do you call it, Texas, whatever, the crutch or something. What do they call it when it won't go up in temperature?
You get it's called a stall.
A stall. Yeah, that's what it is. A stall. It hits the stall.
Yeah.
I don't worry about any of that crap. No. And so once I get a nice bark, and I kind of go like that, and I kind of rub it, and it doesn't come off, it's time to wrap.
Yeah. Now, do you like butcher paper or do you like aluminum foil?
Butcher paper.
Butcher paper.
Yeah, I got big rolls.
Yeah.
I got big rolls of it.
Yeah.
And then I drenched it with tallow. So and I don't buy tallow. What I do is I just trim it and put it in a cast iron, and I just leave it in there, and it just renders.
Yep.
Wow.
And then I just pour it on there, wrap it, and then I leave it in a couple more hours, and then I start probing it, and then when it's nice and tender, I get it out, and I let it sit for about 3-4 hours.
You put it in a cooler or anything?
Yeah,
or do you just
in a cooler. In a cooler.
Yep.
I mean, this thing takes all day.
Yeah.
If you want it to be, if you want people to say, man, that's the best barbecue I ever had, you have to do it that way. You can't really rush it. You know,
and like I said, you know, with real wood, it's an art. You have to babysit the fire all day. You know, it's just a lot more rewarding when a piece of meat comes out and you've kept this temperature where it's supposed to be. Where, you know, and that's the only reason why, because I do like fun day Sundays at my house, and I'm babysitting the fire all day, or I'm working on a slab of meat all day long, and everybody else is throwing cornhole, having a couple drinks, watching some football, having a good time, and I'm just super stressed out over there.
Yeah.
Making sure my shit goes.
We've had that at the house, because like Chanel want me to do it, and like you have to plan like the Sunday long run. Yeah. Like you just can't leave the neighborhood.
Right.
You got like 2 laps, come check it. 2 laps, come check it, and then it's like you can't let it dip. If it dips, and then you're trying to get it hot again.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's really hard doing it by yourself. So I have my son Raul. He helps me. And also my son-in-law, he loves to barbecue, and he also helps me. It's just doing it by yourself. Yeah. You know, those freaking 12, 14-hour cooks. It's really hard. Yeah. So
even prepping the meat before you even put it on or getting your smoker up to temp. Like I say, I got a lot of respect. Obviously I haven't found a lot of people like you. You know, obviously on my dad's side, but everyone's on the easy bake, and I went to it, and it's just so fucking easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
You said it and go. You got a fucking Wi-Fi thing at this point.
I mean, you can be across town. Let me raise it 5 degrees.
You know what your internal temp is.
It takes the art out.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you two then. Like, so if you were to go somewhere and buy barbecue, like sit down and eat barbecue, like where would you go? Because like,
it's got to be a stick burner.
Okay.
There's I just went to North Carolina. And they had a super good barbecue place, and they had
around here. Is there?
Have you ever had woodpeckers?
Woodpeckers is the best.
Yeah,
okay.
woodpeckers.
I know it's always busy every time I ride.
Have you been in there?
I went one time.
Don't go on Mondays.
Yeah, don't go on Mondays.
It's closed, right?
And you better they open at 11, and you better get there at
11.
10:30 because there's already a line.
Dang, that's crazy.
And I really don't go on Tuesdays either.
Yeah,
because it's not really. Right.
Yeah.
Wednesdays when it really gets better, because it's kind of like the stuff from the day before that's been resting.
Right. Okay.
We actually just had John Moore on, so he helped all of Mojo's open.
Yeah, Mojo's is good.
Yeah, and he was actually telling us something, because I think it was after we got off. He was telling us about the time and the prep and the margins and things like that. Yeah, they're cooking the stuff in Riverside for sure at the whiskey bar, for sure they're smoking their meat legit. You know, I think everywhere is, but I know that's where he was in charge of, and you know, yeah, it's 14-hour cook for their brisket, and their brisket's good. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Honestly, I don't know how. I know Bono's doesn't do it over open flame or in a pit, but
have you guys been to Rib Shack? It's on
not.
Bay Meadows in San Jose.
I have not.
Mm-mm.
So I used to work over at that First Place Sports, and their original location, it was in between the Rib Shack and a cigar place.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, these walls, they didn't have drywall. It was like, I don't know what it was, like a sheet, right? You know, and like, dude, half the store smelled like barbecue, and the other half smelled like a cigar. And
wow.
But I ate at the Rib Shack probably once a week or something like that, just because you didn't have many options. But I thought, you know, I was like, oh, this is.
When are you gonna do your? When is that ride where everybody meets up it's at the end of the season, right? So that's coming up.
End of the year ride, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna barbecue for you guys.
Oh, no way.
Seriously.
Okay.
Set it up,
dude. Michael loved that. Yeah. So it'll be.
I just kind of need a number.
It's the same week as my anniversary every year, so I can't make it.
Yeah. Well,
How convenient.
You're
It's
gonna
always
have one every year, you know.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I
it's
know.
always the same weekend. It was last week of October.
How many
first
miles
week
do
of
you
November.
ride on that end of the year thing? Is it you have to be
Super
qualified?
chill.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's
be
super
qualified or
chill.
something
No.
the
It-
last couple laps gets fast.
Yeah, it's more of like a community thing. Anybody shows up, and we just doodle around and talk, and then like as it goes on, we're like, all right, we're gonna pick it up to 22, and then 20, and then
And then it's
then
wide
everybody's
open.
like, let's go one lap, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I had a really good.
end of October.
Yeah. Last time I did it, I did pretty good. I was up there with you guys.
Yeah. Dude, you're as strong as get out. I mean, we always used to talk about coaching, and I was like, dude, just let me coach you for like a couple months, man. I promise I'll freaking get
Well,
you
you'd
there.
end up like homeboy that just won the Nationals.
Right. I mean, but you know, he has that short like anaerobic power, man. Like you would go through, you know, and do your pull, and it would be like if you're sitting on his wheel, it'd be like ripping your legs off, right?
Yeah.
But then he would just pull off, and it was like parachute, you know. You'd like,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, hey, you know, just smooth it out a little bit, just you know, pull a little bit longer but less power, you know, try to work on that, you know, the endurance of it. And
What bike did you enjoy? Like a TT bike or a road bike, or was it
What
a
I
gravel
ride?
bike? Yeah.
I ride a S-Works.
you know, tarmac or Venge?
Tarmac.
Yeah,
Tarmac.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
S-Works.
Yeah, he's on road bike, tarmac. Yeah,
Works.
nice bike. Yeah.
Yeah. Specialized S-Works.
Your son still riding?
No, so he. I sent him to L.A. He wanted to do the Olympic track cycling, and so he was out there. He was doing really well, but he just didn't make the team, man. He puts out like 1900.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but those Olympic guys, man, they're like 2,000, 2,200.
Yeah.
It's a lot of freaking world class power,
Did he like,
man.
especially did he like start later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably already 19 or something. Yeah, I sent him over there to Downey in L.A. and the Olympic track. It's
Yeah, they have a velodrome out there on that.
indoors. Yeah, and he's got a lot of power, man. A lot of instant power. You know, he's out there squatting 500 for reps. You know, he's got a lot of strength.
Was he 6'3" or
No, he's 5'11".
5'11"?
Yeah,
Is he
a little shorter.
is
than
he
I am.
big? You? Is he?
Yeah, I mean, the other day he repped out 315 6 times.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really strong, man. Yeah, it's almost to the point where I'm like, damn, I think he might whoop my ass.
Don't tell
I'll let him.
that.
I'll let him know that.
How old is he?
He's 22 now.
22.
22. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize he was that young when we were riding because I think
Yeah.
we rode years ago. It's good.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years ago now.
Yeah, a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like me and Tommy were doing the early, and then we would go ride the toll road because the toll road was pretty empty in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, is it still closed? I mean, majority of it, or
No. Like it's just I don't think it's there's no
Nobody's out
bike lane, so you just ride
Yeah.
on the shoulder.
Yeah.
That's why it is in like the Dominican Republic. You go down there and they have like a toll road. Nobody wants to pay the toll, to be honest. So all there is a bunch of cyclists riding up and down, and it's the best road in the whole country, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I'm assuming the cyclists have to pay a toll too, though, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're like dodging potholes and like they steal the manhole covers there in the country, and so I went down with a buddy, and he's like, oh yeah, I got some buddies that ride, you can go, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm hopping with this group, and I'm like dodging potholes, and manhole covers are just gone. I mean, gone. And so then we get out on the toll thing. We saw like maybe 1 or 2 cars the whole ride, and it was just a bunch of cyclists going this way and that way, and yeah, it was the best thing ever. So,
wow.
So maybe they just need to do that, is just not let cars on it and just let people ride.
Yeah, but it's Florida.
Yeah,
They don't give a shit.
no,
Especially out there by in Green Cove now. There's so many people. Like that was the biggest thing. Like after he got hit, you had an athlete get hit, and I was like, dude, it ain't worth it for me to.
Do you have any close calls when you're riding?
No.
No.
I was going to LA. You mean?
Yeah.
No.
Man, that's crazy, right? 3,000 miles, and you're just like,
All my boys on a Schwinn. They ain't
Right,
messing with that.
yeah,
They ain't messing with
yeah.
him on no Schwinn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not wearing spandex or anything
yeah.
like that. Yeah, they're like, oh, he's got spandex on. Let's buzz him.
Yeah. Did you ever ride deer in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, for some reason, I feel safer at night.
Yeah,
'Cause,
totally.
That was me though, and
I
then
feel
homeboy got hit by a drunk driver at like 5 a.m. That young.
Oh yeah.
Because I would leave. I'd leave my house at 4:30, and I would ride from my house in Green Cove. I'd ride downtown, come back up, I'd go through or go over the
Costa
bridge.
and all the bridges.
Yeah, Costa.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
back up through Mandarin, and then either jump on the group ride, and I just ride to St. Augustine because I think it's like right at 90 miles. And after that kid got hit at 5 a.m. by a drunk driver, I was like, dude, that was when I felt most safe.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to go keep doing that. Like, and we just had our second daughter, so I was like, the dad stuff to me was just more important
Yeah.
than
I understand
going out there
that.
to be a weekend warrior.
Yeah. Was he lit up like a Christmas tree? I know I
See,
am.
I don't. That's why I felt more safe. Like I
yeah.
had like 4 lights on the back.
Yeah.
I got
'Cause
my radar. I got all that stuff.
Yeah. 'Cause I've noticed at night, it just people really give you a whole bunch of space, and they can see you from so far away because you're just like. They think it might be an accident up there or something. Hey, what is that up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I had a light that like flashed on the ground. I had
Yeah.
one. Then I had like 2 on my seat posts that would flash back.
Yeah, you would have been
Um,
fine. That was just
Dude,
unfortunate,
I know,
bro.
Man, but that's all it
that-
takes is one anymore.
I mean, this guy was just obliterated, and I mean, they finally got everything in court, and the guy pleaded no contest. I mean, the guy that hit him, he's just
but the kid's gone now.
yeah, I get that,
Like-
but I mean, that was just that, you can go surfing in the ocean. There's sharks out there,
Yeah,
just,
no, that's very true.
just don't go
I mean,
surfing where all the sharks are at.
Yeah.
I mean,
you,
No one's
you can go
guaranteed
hiking.
tomorrow. Yeah.
You can go hiking, and there goes a grizzly. You ate your ass up.
Yeah.
You gotta live your life, man.
yeah, I
It's
feel like
just-
that's a
you
story
know.
for you or something. You ran into a grizzly or something like that sometime.
He is the grizzly.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my my profile picture, a grizzly on a bike
On a bicycle?
on Facebook for a while.
Yeah, so that when I first met him, he had this
Fat bastard.
fat bastard. It was a
Yeah.
donut, right? It was a
A
donut.
Yeah,
donut.
that's
A bunch
like
of
that when I
donut.
first met him. Was
Yeah.
like he had a donut kit or something.
Yeah, as a kid, it was a big donut, and I mean, I was just like, "Who's this dude?" And then he did his like first pull, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that hurt."
Well, I think because I had the KOM when you turn on to Hibernia. And it's like I think it's like a 30-second, and then
Yeah.
like the twins had it, or Max and Leo had it for a bit.
Yeah.
And I remember I one day I was like, oh, I got tailwind, like 30 seconds. I'll just like I'll just like ride it super slow until we get there, and I'll punch it. And I think I tied Max and Leo, and I think you snagged it one day by like another second, and I was like, God, dude, like I had everything I could just to get it there.
And then, you're like, who's this guy?
Like,
who's Fat Bastard?
Like,
That's the best though, when Fat Bastard takes your KOM and you're like, man.
I made one. Oh, I made another Strava account. It was Tom Toretto from Fast and Furious. Instead of Dom Toretto.
Tom Toretto.
And I went out and if I knew I was gonna go try to take one, I would just like log into that account.
Yeah.
And then upload all my rides to that one because like people are gonna be like, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah. My buddy's screen name is Your Mom.
Hell yeah.
So he's like, your mom took your KOM.
Yeah, your buddy's wild though.
Yeah. Well, some of them are out of control.
So obviously you're hitting the weights pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
Do you do any running whatsoever or not really?
No, I want to get back into cycling, man. I want to start. I want to keep lifting weights. So, anyways, after I stopped riding, I went up to like 345, and I was just like, man, I'm just way too big. And then so at like February of this year, I just said, okay, that's enough, and I changed my diet. And I started hitting the weights, and so now I'm down like 295. But the past month, I've been just 295.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but
I went
you're
on a
putting on
cruise.
muscle now too.
Yeah.
It's
I went on a cruise to Alaska. Like, all the freaking, and I'm a crackhead, man. You put crack in front of me, I'm smoking.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I tell my wife. Don't buy that stuff because
Yeah.
if I see it, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Please
Right.
help me.
No,
Yeah.
I can
And,
relate. I was like I said, I got up to 260. Right now, I was staying real good. The lowest I got was 182, and but right now, I just got back from the Keys for 12 days, and I got up to 200 pounds, and like I'm trying, but I'm
It's
lifting
so easy
weights
to get.
again. So I'm like, maybe there's some muscle in there, but my goal is to like at this point, I feel better at 200 than I did 182. I was like weak as shit. So my goal was just not to get over 200. If I stick at 190, 195, somewhere in there, so I can relate. But I love food. I love fucking food.
I love to eat.
Yeah, especially when you're good at cooking. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Dude,
and
it's
you just suck at cooking. I suck at cooking, and I'm like, oh man, I can make this rice,
Man,
and it's like,
I remember like going to like the Daytona triathlon though, and I think I was like 149.
yeah,
And it's like, and Eric's like, we talk about race weight to other people, and they're like, well, like what's race weight? I'm like, when like your friends start asking you if you have AIDS, like that's like you're getting close, you're getting good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that's like, because I think I'm 165 right now, but
and you're healthy. You're healthy, man.
And what
like
do
you have
you,
like your natural
150?
weight.
145?
145, 140.
What's race weight?
145, 147. When I get to about 142, I know I got to go eat a couple meals.
Yeah.
And that I used to have a little bit of an issue. Like I was just like, oh yeah, I was all so into watts per kilo, and then like one of my coaches like, dude, you're a dumbass. Go eat. Like stop this shit. Like eating is energy, right? And it was it's totally into the spectrum, but yeah.
But if you was to not ride a bike or do anything for a year,
Yeah.
do you feel like you could even gain a weight? That's what I'm
158,
saying.
yeah.
So like it's
you're naturally.
Yeah, my
same for you though, right? I don't think you can get fat, can you?
Yeah, I think the most I ever weighed in my life was like 184, 183.
Dude, that's
and-
I've been 400 pounds.
but that was
dude.
like, that was me benching. Like,
Yeah.
I think I was able to bench like 240
Really?
like
Oh,
twice, and that was
see.
me like really like taking weight gainer, everything,
Yeah.
trying to just
I
lift
might have been
weights.
able to bench my weight one time in my life.
No, I used to
Maybe.
be able to bench pretty good. So yeah, two 45s on each.
But you got
end, the
almost short
45
arms,
bar.
man.
Yeah.
Is that
But
cheating? Is that
not-
cheating? Like when you come
got
to
short
pull
arms.
ups and push like the
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
I just got to go to here, you
Dude,
know?
if I look in the mirror, if I go to my chest, dude, my arms are like way past 90,
Right.
and then
what
trying
do
to
you,
get it back up.
I mean, is there an advantage? When you
What
got
are you
little-
benching? Like just warm up weight right now. 215.
I can probably. Just the other day, I hit 315 5 times.
God dang.
Yeah.
5 times, yeah.
And do you do have you done a max? Like,
no, I really
kind of scary.
I really don't want to max out.
Yeah.
And I want everything that I do. I want to be 5 reps or higher.
Okay.
Right.
I really don't want to stress my joints that much.
Yeah.
But
just one time, man. Just let it rip.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
And I got to be super warmed up. And
yeah.
and,
400 pounds, definitely.
You think so?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that 400s?
maybe high 300s I can probably hit right now.
I had a buddy when I was working out when I was like 20, and he wanted to be on the WCW at the time, so he was just ripped, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna try to bench like 330, but I might need help on that last one." I'm like, "Dude, what am I gonna do? Like, there ain't nothing I can do. Like, I'm not gonna be able to like hold your push your elbows up anymore. Like, you need to get somebody else." He's like, "No, dude, I feel like I can do it." I was like, "I'm not taking that chance. Like, I don't even put that faith in
if
me."
anybody ever maxes out and they don't have a spotter, don't have clips on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you could die.
Yeah.
Really?
I just told
Yeah.
him, I saw this high school kid before school went back. Like I had my headphones in. I see 2 people take off running to the back, and homeboy had it on his chest, and he was trying to get it off. And I was like,
He had clips?
"Yeah." And I was like, "Man,"
you can't have clips.
I was like,
man. You gotta let that. You gotta dump that.
So the
weight.
clips,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
especially the new ones now are like,
Oh yeah,
They're-
the weight's not coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not like
that's
the
what I
old
tell-
like
I-
pinch
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
They're,
I tell that to my son. I say, "Hey son, if you're working out by yourself and you're going super heavy, don't put the clips on.
Yeah.
Why
Don't
not?
put
Yeah.
don't put the clips on.
not
That
worth
way-
it
That way you
at
can
that
dump,
point,
you
yeah.
can dump the weight.
Yeah.
Because
That's scary. Yeah.
But maybe you guys can have some pointers for me. So when I turn 50 in 3 years, I want to do something like epic. Like I want to have like some sort of like goal. Like I want to be like one of the heaviest guys that has let's say 10 to 15% body fat with no no TRT, no crap, and it's certified. It's like I want to do something crazy like that, and just to tell people like, hey, you could do it. Just get good sleep, and I also want to I want to get back into cycling and be like a wins or at least place a few times, to show that I have good cardio, so good VO2 max. And
maybe we put Masters Nationals on the schedule.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, well, that guy's not just a cyclist. He also can bench 400 pounds. It's like you don't see that.
I'd like to see you on a rowing machine too.
And oh, by the way,
you might rip that thing out of the wall.
He's got no enhancement. He just good nutrition. Because I don't know what my goal should be. It's like, okay.
me and I have talked about that too, because
It's like something crazy, and once I get it in my head, it's like I'm just like, oh, I gotta do it, and
Well, like he and I woke up one day. We went on vacation to the lake a few years ago, and he's like, "Man, like we've got these cheap ass paddle boards." He's like, "We should paddle board." He's like, "You think we could paddle board to the marina?" And like I looked it up. I'm like, it's like 3 miles to the marina. I was like, "Dude, let's go to the marina and back." And then I was like, I started Googling like how hard is what's a long distance for a paddle board, and they're like, oh, like 10K is kind of then like a long version. It's like almost like a marathon for paddleboard. So like, dude, he and I got up at like 5:30 one morning. As soon as the sun came up, we had like our packs on the front of the paddleboard, like our Walmart paddle boards. Went to the marina. By the time we made it to the marina, it was open. We grabbed some Red Bulls and some waters, threw that back in our pack, turned around, came back, and like by that time boats were getting on the water and stuff.
Yeah, it was like about 7 miles, right?
I think it was like 6 point. Yeah, it was like just under 7. Because we went past the house, looped back around. I was like, dude,
like I said, people think it sounds simple. Go paddleboard.
He wants like a real
dude,
goal,
I had, like,
though, man. I
I
mean,
know,
he rode across the country on a
but
Schwinn, dude.
That's what I mean. So like, I think the next thing is you almost have to go to like
Yeah.
do the same thing but faster. Like you have to do like ram. Like you have to do Ram,
Oh, do Ram, yeah.
and then either do it as a solo, have somebody following you in a sprinter,
Yeah.
and then just do it on yourself, but a lot
Oh
quicker
yeah,
than you
Ram,
did.
Race Across America.
Yeah. Ram would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be like, dude, like 20. Would it be 20 years later?
Yeah.
Look, I'm doing it again.
Doing it
like,
again.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
and we could raise the money for something. Like.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, that's hard. That ain't. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. If you're
I mean-
trying to beat that, like it's especially on a fucking swim. But now, like, let's get the real gear. Be where you're trying to do it in a fashionable time. You're showing that you're in shape, and you make the track from Jacksonville, Florida to L.A. or wherever the hell you're going at a.
And by the way, you mentioned 400 pounds. Who does that?
Right.
No.
Right. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It's like, I want to do something that no one has. Nobody. And by the way, he's certifiable natty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are like, oh man, he's all ripped, he's all big, he's 250 pounds of solid. Yeah. Where's his blood work?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And I want-
what's Nick Bear's got the testosterone of like a 80-year-old person or something.
Well, should we?
Yeah.
Dude, should we
Because he
bring
showed his blood work.
Should we bring up the what was it, the unnatural games to him?
No. Fuck.
Well, the enhanced games.
The enhanced games. Have you heard anything about this?
Enhanced game?
Yeah,
Games?
it starts next year. It's like because obviously the Olympics don't pay out to the people that win. Like I think you get like $15,000 for a gold medal.
Uh-huh.
So they're having next year it starts, but they only have a select number of or a select style of sports. I think it's like they're keeping it like a dozen, but it's like running, swimming, wrestling.
And you can be enhanced?
You can be as doped up as you want to. It pays $1 million for a gold medal.
That's a recipe for somebody to get hurt, I think.
Well, as long as you have a paper trail of what you're taking, who prescribed it.
Okay, so it can't be like some super illegal, like
No, you can be
all trend up and like.
Yeah, you can be.
Yeah,
As long as you have a paper trail.
And a doctor's got to prescribe.
Yep.
Well, I mean, doctors, they could be paid to.
Well, I know, but
Well, they're paid now, so I mean,
I just think the idea is like you can do. They just want to see how fast can you run 100 meters, like
if you're actually on it.
Yeah, on it. Like how many of the you think how many of the people at this past Olympics were on something?
Yeah, I just saw another thing on it.
A lot of those guys, they know how to beat the test.
Ironman Texas
Yeah.
just got popped
Right.
for. He ran like a 2:32 marathon or something, and I think they were going to pay him a premium at another race if he could break a record, like the marathon record for the course, and he didn't show up. And then come to find out, now that he's under under sport.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts of the enhanced games? I mean, you're all over. I could tell you're a natural. Like, hey, let's do it the right way.
It would be cool. Like, honestly, not to interrupt you, but like the you would think they would have cycling on there, just because cycling's the dirtiest sport out there.
But
they're skipping that.
What's the benchmark?
Wouldn't it be crazy if the times don't improve?
That's what.
See,
that's what
I'm
we.
saying?
I think that's the question.
That's what we talked
that
about
would
last
be
time.
interesting,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It's like, well, actually, you're not even.
You're a second slower.
Wow.
We had talked about.
So what does that really tell you?
The top
Everybody's like
1%.
doped up to the gills, man.
Yeah, the top 1%. And he's like, well, if you're top 1%, you're still better than those people. I was like, but what if that top 1% is still doping? Like, they should be even further along,
Right.
or
top 0.5%.
You know what, though? It would be super interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
we're gonna see like next
year.
year.
So this is on.
They were trying to. They were. I think originally they were trying to start the same in the same time frame as the Olympics, but I think was just like they were trying to make it a lot bigger now. So like the gold medal was worth way more.
I mean, everybody knows that bodybuilders are all doped up. So why can't they just try the you already know the risks if you're willing to do. And
their thing was they had a bunch of kind of like retired athletes. So like if you have was the guy that the old guy that just out sprinted everybody in the tour.
Cavendish?
Yeah, so if you have him, and he's a year out retired or whatever, and now you're giving him whatever the hell he wants, as much as he wants, and then you bring him back in, is he still, he's I think that's like their kind of end games. Like they want that person.
Yeah, you take an old old sprinter,
Yeah,
Maurice,
just see
Maurice
like
Green
what can
or
what can
Drummond or
yeah
some one
what
of those
can
guys. Like, oh yeah, he's been to the Olympics, but he's 5
Can he
years
get
older.
better?
Yeah.
because I know that especially in some of the MMA stuff they talked about how if you were able to take steroids and stuff like that, you can recover so much quicker, and it actually prevents injuries versus, I think that's like their case against it about banning so much stuff.
Right. I think. You guys ever heard of peptides?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some people consider those natty, right? Peptides.
Right.
But not everybody. But I think some peptides probably could be good to heal up. But see, I don't even want to take that. I just want to be as
You like creatine?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you can't buy it at GNC,
Right.
then I don't have it.
Yeah, but there's
Okay.
stuff at GNC that's not
Well,
It's not considered natty.
that
Like
I could
what?
I could test positive for.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Well, I think it's like those people that say they're like California sober too, where it's like you just don't drink,
Yeah.
but you can smoke a bunch of pot and still be
California
sober.
sober.
Yeah.
He's like, wait
So-
a minute, I'm from California. I've never heard of this.
So there are some things that you can get at GNC
Oh, totally.
that you'd be like, hey, well, you can't.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
certified natty.
Yeah,
Well, I
no,
didn't know what it is, so I could be, because
Yeah.
I want to have a set
Well,
of goals.
yeah,
Well,
you-
I've never really taken.
Well, you got to go to USADA or WADA, right? U.S. Anti-Doping Agency or World Anti-Doping Agency, and there's a list. Just you just type it in, and it's like, oh, there it is, and it says, hey, yeah.
But I think some of it too is the companies that are actually producing it. Like they're just like, especially if it's come from China, they're like not cleaning the barrels.
Oh yeah, if it's cross-contaminated, that's totally different. But like, he's saying go to GNC, and I'm like,
yeah.
well, yeah, I can go to GNC, and I can get in a lot of trouble. Like there's stuff there that would definitely help me, but if I pissed, I would test positive. And it's,
Oh.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I have athletes that just want to go hang out on the group ride, be healthy and feel good. And I'm like, dude, if your doctor says you have low testosterone, like, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Like, I'm not a
Right.
doctor, and you're not trying to go out and win a gold medal. I'm cool. Like, you want to feel good, and you want to wake up. Like, sometimes
Didn't
that
they
stuff
pop
is.
Gross for that though? Like Gross had taken.
No. He was it was a performance enhancing stuff. So like if you take like a Viagra,
Oh, see,
that has a stimuli in it, and
Well,
they're sitting at his front door, and they're like, hey, we want to test you, and he's just like, he basically told him fuck off. He's like, I'm taking.
yeah.
Well, I think there's gotta be a line where everything gets drawn, and that thing of like, okay, all right, well, this guy benches 400, and he's got a FTP of he can hold 380 watts
Yeah.
for 20 minutes, and if it's not a GNC, whatever it is,
Right, yeah.
maybe that could be the line.
Right.
What I don't know what it is.
yeah.
A
I don't know what-
GNC sponsored event. is
Right,
what
yeah,
it
you
is.
go.
there it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
GNC,
Yeah,
wink.
help a brother out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
if it's not a GNC, because I can't really get into like the super. Oh, well, he had like a trace of this and a trace. Like, well, if it's a GNC, because I'm not competing. I
Yeah.
just want to be like, hey, this is the world's only guy that's ever benched 400
Yeah.
pounds, can be on a Cat 3 race and place and whatever.
Yeah.
I want to set like goals and hit them.
There's a
And just like and he's 240 pounds, 15% body fat. It's like with
But
only GNC
right supplements.
supplements,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. There's an event at the Arnold, and God, I don't know it for I can't repeat it 100%, but I think it's like a mile run, but they take you your body weight, and you rip reps at your body weight, and for every rep it's like a couple seconds off or something like that, and then you go run the mile or vice versa, right? So it's a competition of being strong, but you got to be, have some endurance and fast. So, if you go out and run a 10-minute mile, but then you can rip out 100 reps, they're like, okay, we're of your body weight, you're
Because
getting,
if I get down to 220 and I get really, I've done 220 or 225 like over 30 times.
yeah, but look that up. It's, maybe we could create something off of that, like the Arnold, but
That's like the way the CrossFit games
Yeah.
are anymore. They're like doing
Yeah.
cycling and swimming and
that's
shit.
true.
And it's
That's
like
true. That's true.
a lot. Like that one dude I think just died over the a
he
week or two
drowned.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a literal
Do you think the CrossFit
Yeah.
games are? Do you think those guys are clean?
clean.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Do they get tested?
No.
No.
They don't.
It's like football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
We got.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, we got a football player coming up in a little bit, and
Yeah.
I got questions already. 'Cause
Oh, dude,
I-
we can go that. I mean,
You want to come back on for that one too?
Well,
I don't
no,
think he
but
knows
I'm
about
just,
your cycling career, so he can't stroke your ego.
But there's like, my roommate, he played college ball, and he was a catcher, and the guy who he caught went on to be Cy Young a winner, and he's like, dude, they have a protocol. They're like, hey, you can't be test between here and here, so it's like you go into the locker room after the game, you take a little swab of test, rub it behind your knee, and then if you got to pee the next morning, it's not in your system, like they know, and they're like, but if you go 3 fingers, that might be a little too much, that's, I mean,
look
I'm
at
serious.
the kids from when they go from college to pro. Like, dude, they put on, a lot
So
of
much
kids
muscle
put on,
mass.
yeah.
They're skinny as rails. And
Yeah.
the first year in the big leagues,
Yeah.
they're fucking the Hulk.
Yep. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's just, and I'm
Oh,
scared.
man.
I'm kind of, I don't know if you've ever taken anything, but it's like me.
No,
I'm just a big
lifetime
pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to take it. I'm too scared. Would it be easy? Do I think it would benefit me? Absolutely. I've never even been tested. My testosterone's never even been tested. My wife's always
Mine
on me
neither.
like,
They don't got that for fishing tournaments? Damn, bro.
no.
Oh, that's the
no.
weight thing, right?
Yeah,
they gotta test it.
yeah.
Dude, you should start squirting some tea into the fish.
Yeah.
Fucking, and the
Way
fish will
more- yeah,
it'll
yeah,
blow up,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So no, it's
that-
a wild ride.
Dude,
No.
it's cheating everywhere. Like, he fishes a lot, and I was like, dude, I saw this article, man. They were, throwing little weights down the fish's mouth, and then they take them in to weigh them, and friggin', you're like, dude, that's
Yeah, there's people out there with fucking bait pens, fucking catching the fish weeks before, days before, putting them in a pen,
no
and
way.
then just going out there and getting them out of the pen and putting them in a live well. And yeah, man, it's every sport. If
Yeah.
there's money involved
Yeah.
or records to be beat,
Right.
it's just so much cheating. now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you thought about, like-
if there's money? Yeah.
Yeah.
You thought about hiking any mountains or anything like that, or?
Yeah, actually, I have.
'Cause I think
yeah.
that would,
Yeah.
there's some cool stuff there you could do.
Yeah.
Rip off some 14s, or hey, dude, here it is. I just got it, man. I got the $1 million idea. Who's the largest dude ever to climb Everest?
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's scary though.
Well, you know what though?
You don't like
I-
heights, do you?
No. I
It's
do.
not that.
No,
It's
no,
the
no,
fucking
no.
oxygen. It's the
No.
fucking,
Hey.
I went to
eat your
Alma,
ass.
Colorado,
Right.
a few months ago, and Alma, Colorado is the highest town in the U.S.
Okay.
Incorporated town,
Had no clue.
and
I would have guessed
it's-
Leadville.
and it's 10,000 feet.
Okay.
So I was up there and I was in it's called Allmart, the little store there.
Yeah.
And-
Allmart.
Allmart,
Really?
yeah.
That's awesome.
And I'm just shopping for and all of a sudden I was like, damn, I need to sit down.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm a sea level guy. Man.
Do you want? Hey, do you want
But
me
you
to
know, if
say
I
it?
get
Do you want
acclimated-
me to say it?
What's that?
I don't think you can do it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
That would-
I would definitely get some training, get acclimated.
But
'cause,
yeah, it's
I-
definitely
I-
elevation sickness is a real deal.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what
Well,
I'm saying?
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying that it can't
I mean-
be done, but yeah, it's just a whole different.
I got some
mean,
buddies that are just going to base camp. Well, you remember Will Montoya? He used to be on the group ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
remember.
they're going to go to base camp, which is, I think it's still like 20,000 feet. Right. It's higher than anything here in the continental U.S. But
Yeah, Denali. It's 20-some thousand.
Yeah.
That would be my first one.
Right, but that would be interesting, dude.
Yeah.
Like, look up the weight categories and be like, who's the biggest dude to be at the top of the world?
Yeah. Yeah. Start with
Dude.
Denali.
I'll put you in the the almanac where the world records are all held.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or-
I want to do something crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
The
That's gonna
Guinness
be
World
really-
Record.
Yeah. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
like almanac.
Yeah, fucking almanac.
I was thinking of Back to the Future.
Yeah, I know. I've known a few people that have done Kilimanjaro, and two of them didn't make it because they got sick. So they had to bail
there's
halfway
a
up.
risk. That's definitely a risk. Even I don't give a shit how fit you are.
Yeah.
You got to
It's
be
all
acclimated.
yes.
Yeah, because you can have the best
Yeah.
VO2 max, but
Yes.
if you don't have I'm not a doctor, but it's just, you got to have the red blood cells or
Yes.
something.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Because you got people out there in Peru that live in the highest freaking
altitude.
and they're not fit,
No.
but their blood is
Yeah.
already well
Acclimated,
acclimated
yes.
to that
Yeah,
environment.
yeah. They go over there and
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just
So
like,
I would have to really.
Well, I think that's
We
why
have
the
to do a
Kenyans
test.
are so good in the marathon, right?
yeah, the Kenyans, they live up in, yeah.
That's just because where they live, right?
I think it has a lot to do with where they live and their lifestyle, right? Like, some
I
people
think
some
they're all
people will
doped
joke.
up.
Well, but no, some people joke about like, hey, we run into school and back. Like, yeah, they ran to school. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't want to go on other stories, but like we talked to this Kenyan one time, and he won this race and he's flying, and we're like, oh man, like blah blah blah. And we're talking to him. You run to school every day, and he's like, oh yeah, we run to school every day and home. And we're like, oh man, how far was it to school? And he's like, oh, it was like 8 miles or something like that. And we're like, dude, so you
They
would
run a
run?
marathon every day.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, you run 16 miles every day? And he goes, oh no, we'd have to go home for lunch. And I just stopped. And then he said, yeah, then we'd come home and we'd have to run around in the field to chase the game into our father's nets.
They're doing 30
That's all
miles a
they
day.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm going, well, yeah, no wonder you're the best runners in the world. And that's at, 9,000, 10,000 feet. So I'm like, oh. And then, then you throw some EPO in them, and dude, they're flying. I mean, they all can run.
How do you feel about old what's his name walking in the marathon at the Olympics?
Oh, yeah. He just had a rough day. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that's kind of off.
Yeah. So
Maybe he knew they're going to be testing the winner, so he's like, I just got to walk this one off.
Since we're talking about the Olympics,
Uh-oh.
how sensitive of a subject can we get into?
This is open
yeah.
borders,
Yeah,
but
Okay.
He already
All right.
said
You ain't going to
that.
offend
So-
anybody.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to give you my opinion yet. I'm just going to ask this. How do you feel about Khalif, the boxer?
The tranny?
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. That's how I feel.
Okay, tranny. All right. So
the only thing that I know that they did some. I think it's bullshit, 100%. I don't give a shit, regardless. However, but supposedly the chromosomes. I just need to know what the chromosomes are at the end of the day.
all right.
I got two daughters.
Right.
Ain't taking no shit.
Right. You don't want him to get beat up by a dude.
Yeah.
Right. How do you feel?
So we know how you feel.
Yeah.
No. I haven't said it yet.
No.
I'm just making.
Yeah.
I'm just.
No,
I'm creating a bigger contrast here.
Yeah. No. It's a little bit of a. I think when it comes to competition, I think you participate in your sport, in your male and female category, right?
Right.
I don't have an issue with people. Hey, you want to be something else, or whatever. That's your thing. Go do. It's not my job to tell you who you are and what you want to do. But yeah, when it comes to competition, like hell no, it's not fair, because I do have female athletes, and we do have an athlete that you've probably ridden with on the local group rides. She, her name's Trish.
Oh yeah. The small girl.
No. She was a man, and she.
Oh.
Yeah, and
She wasn't that small.
no, she's 6'5",
Oh,
Jesus
yeah. 6'5".
older lady. I mean, age wise.
Okay.
Fucking
All right, let me give you my view. My point of view. Okay.
So
on TRT.
Okay.
but
She just tucks it under.
she is the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Right.
I mean,
right,
just
right.
genuinely, really a nice person.
Right.
She wasn't going out competing. She would come out to the group rides, and she loved being on the group ride and loved
no problem.
Okay. So how do you
That's
guys
fine.
feel about this? So you have a person that is born, and they're born female. They don't have a dingling hanging out. So the doctor says, okay, well, that's a girl. All right. So this girl grows up, and her chromosomal makeup, it's XY. And so the vast majority of XY chromosomal people are males.
right.
Females are XX. The vast majority, because you do have. Anyways,
We're talking about small percent, right? I mean,
very it's like
not
one out of 20,000.
Oh, is
So
it that much?
1 out of 20,000. That's not that much.
I know. I thought it'd been like 1 out of 20 million or something like that.
No, it's
Okay.
one. I mean, I could be my numbers could be wrong, but
yeah.
I believe
what
it's
you're saying.
I believe it's 1 in 20,000.
So
so
I
this
haven't had
person.
mine tested though. So you're saying I could?
I mean, I could. I mean, honestly, I could be a.
You could be an
XX, male. I don't know. Anyways,
All
no, I
right.
think I'm XY.
You got me scared now, dude.
Anyways,
I mean, there's four of us here. This-
right. So this girl gets tested so they can look up her chromosomal makeup, and turns out she's XY. And I was like, okay, well, you can't compete in the world's boxing, not the Olympics, but the world championship. I was like, okay, but see, if a person can get pregnant, it's a girl, right? Would you say that?
Yeah.
If a person can pop out a baby, would you say that's a girl? I would
100%.
say that's a girl.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Shadow of a doubt.
Okay. Because men can't pop out babies.
Correct.
All right. So I looked this up. With therapy, an XY female can have a baby. So to me, that's a girl. And trust me, I'm all for boys fighting boys, girls fighting girls, and I had a membership at Planet Fitness, and when I found out that they allow men in the women's bathrooms, I got pissed. I said, "Oh no, I got granddaughters." I got one granddaughter, and I have daughters, my wife, and I was like, no, I don't want some dude whipping it out and, in front of girls, it's like, no. And I went over, I canceled my membership, and I went to LA Fitness. So I'm not like extreme left. I'm like, I go in the middle because, there's some things I like and some things, but anyways, so it's just like, to me, when this girl was, being compared to Mike Tyson, and it's just like, damn, man, they're just drilling this girl, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, it's a girl. It's a girl, because if you want this girl to fight men, train with men, you want this girl to travel with men to different sporting events, indirectly, you're saying, well, you're a man. You need to use the men's locker rooms. You need to use the men's toilet. And it's just like, no, because she's to me, it's a girl.
Yeah.
And you also have males that have XX chromosomal makeup. I don't want a male just because he's XX going into a girl's. He's got a dingling.
Right.
I don't want him whipping it out. You're a dude. I mean, it just so it's a topic that it's like really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And I think the Olympics they go by were you female at birth? They're not going to allow actual trans person fight
No, I agree. Like,
You know, it's a very. I mean, it is difficult to debate it. But I think that, you know, you can't make this girl fight men. Is what I'm saying. It's just because it's just.
well, like
I didn't dig into it. So
I didn't dig into it
I never
either.
figured out. I didn't know if her chromosomes are XY.
It's just I think that people, before they start like making fun of, because you know this girl's got feelings, and they like, I saw a whole bunch of like, oh, they put her up in like pictures of you know, Mike
just like the
Tyson.
breakdancing girl, dude. They roasted that girl.
Oh yeah,
And like, but going back to the other topic, like, you know, if my daughter came home and was like, oh, hey, you know, Daddy, I got dropped today. Like, fucking Trish just ripped my legs off. I'd be like, come on. Trish ripped my legs off 2 weeks ago. Like, you know, you just can't. That's completely different than
boxing.
Well, not only that, but like if you're just like, you know, if you put on, you know, girls' bibs and now you're a girl, like that's, I think, a lot different than
because
than that, you know.
Right. It goes back to the Planet Fitness thing. It's like, oh, today I'm, you know, because Planet Fitness says, you know, use the bathroom that you identify with.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like, okay, well, today I'm a girl. I'm just I'm just some perv that want to see some girls in the bathroom.
No, 100%.
No, I'm not gonna. That next day I cancel my membership, and then, you know, and on Facebook. I got into this heated thing with some of my friends
because can't go on that Facebook.
Yeah, I was like, and I never go political. This is like,
hey?
Yeah.
Pod?
Yeah, we got a pod going on right now. We got a crazy story. You'll have to listen. But here, say hi to all the viewers. You're on the mic.
A long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah, we were actually in the middle of talking about some of the trannies in sports, but you'll have to listen.
Man.
Yeah, you'll have to listen later. Yeah, okay.
Right,
Ciao.
So, but going
Shout out to Dylan. He's a pro 1-2 cyclist. Was
Oh my God. That was Dylan.
yeah, that was Dylan.
But the I think her name's Riley Barker. She was a NCAA women's swimmer from Kentucky, I believe.
Yeah.
But she lost the goal or nationals or regional.
Yeah, she's second at nationals.
To a full blown.
Lisa.
See, that's wrong.
Lisa Thomas.
You know that,
but it's all been overturned, and she's been awarded everything since.
Right.
Yeah.
See, now that's wrong. You can't just decide all of a sudden, okay, I'm a girl. You know, it just, you know, I don't. That's where, you know.
There's an 800 meter runner story too. Her name was Selma Castra, and she was from South Africa, but had the woman part, but actually had testicles inside of her woman part.
Right, those are the XYs. But
Yeah.
see, because
she looked like a dude and like crushing all the girls.
You know what? Honestly, I mean, I'm not. You know, Khalif is not that pretty. You know, and she does look a little. I mean, the thing is,
I see what you're saying.
When I read up on this thing, and it says with treatment, they can have a baby. I was like, okay, that's a girl.
Yeah.
That's a girl.
And my fault. I probably didn't do enough research, and I've kind of fought it a little bit. And I was like, I'm just you know, some dude shouldn't be beating up some girl, and I didn't really.
I was like, no dude should beat up a
right.
No, I mean, I've jumped in. I saw this one dude beating up a girl, and I jumped in there and I beat the Schmidt out of him. And, I mean, you know. It's just
good.
I don't know.
Good on you. Is that the only fight you have ever been in?
No, I used to be a little rowdy. I was younger. Not as much anymore.
I feel like it's the tough when you grew up. Where you grew up, it's probably tough in the streets, right?
I don't know. Did you hear about I was doing the beaches ride.
Oh, I want to hear about it. That's for sure.
One of the cyclists got upset with me because I took off.
Yeah.
And
did you do a stoplight breakaway? Roundabout breakaway.
No, it was after the bridge. We were going downhill, and I started ripping the group apart, and he got upset with me because I went too hard. And
he doesn't know David Goggins.
And and I said, hey man, you know, you do your ride, I'll do my ride.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
And then he said something smart, and And I said, "Fuck you." And
Here we
yeah,
go.
and it was, I
So
I
you're
need
telling
to-
me roid rage?
it was bicycle rage,
Yeah,
man.
there's a
Yeah.
thing called bicycle race.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
No, but then
I've seen
at
two
the end of the ride, I apologized. I was like,
Yeah,
man, I'm sorry.
it
He
always
goes,
happens that way.
I was like, oh, I apologize too, and because
Yeah.
we gotta.
Dude, I've seen two.
Just ask the group, man. They were there.
I saw two grown ass men. We were at the light at Michaeler's, and the one dude had his blinky light on, and the one guy's like, "You need to turn the damn blinky light off." And he's like,
remember
"Fuck
this.
you, fuck you." And all of a sudden, they're in the middle of the street fighting.
Yeah.
The light turns green. We all leave. And they're still fighting, and they had to ride home together by themselves. And same thing. The following week, they're like, "Hey man, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
and
you know what? Honestly, that's me, man. That's like. I
And the
just
one
get
dude
heated
was
at
like
the-
Golden Glove boxers too. He picked the fight with the wrong guy, dude. It was like
I remember coming up. We got on the Ponte Vedra Boulevard, like coming towards, like we passed Michler's.
Yeah.
And like I let a
It's
little gap-
Mickler's.
Nicholas, sorry.
Yeah.
Mickler's Lane.
Yeah.
I was like,
Definitely Michler's.
Whatever.
But
Yeah.
like I let a little
Tomato,
gap, like a
potato,
little space
whatever.
open.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hold the fucking wheel." And I'm like, "Dude, this is all I got. Like, why don't you go around? Like, if that's the big, and like, then we get to Bold Bean because like that was when everybody went to Bold Bean afterwards.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, I was starting to crack, and I thought I saw my life flash in front of my eyes, and I wasn't gonna be able to grab onto the group, and like,
It's the end of
like,
the
dude, it's
world.
cool,
Yeah.
like it's fine, like it's not a big deal." But
No, it gets exciting out there, man.
Yeah.
oh, I used to come back on Saturdays and tell my dad, I'm like, "Oh man, I made it like 60 miles with the group today," and then I was like, "I made it over the bridge with the group today. I made it to Michler's." I was like, I made it to the sprint. Like, I'm never going to sprint. Like, I know there was at
You
least,
let us out that one day.
I do. There's at least 3 times.
Yeah.
They just leave me out there until they get to
Yeah.
the sprint because I can't sprint. So, like, they just, like, sit there and, like, wheel suck. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Okay, see you later."
Like, AJ, lead it out,
Yeah.
man. He's
Yeah.
like, you can go harder than that.
Yeah. I remember one time he was like, "Give me your best 5 minutes
Yeah,
you got."
I
I'm like,
just-
"Dude, I've been giving you my best 5
already
minutes."
did.
Already
Yeah.
did.
We did the Asheville Grand Fondo, and that it was the year that like Hencappy had like a development team there.
Oh, God, yeah.
There was a couple other like small development teams, and he was like, "AJ, like we get to this time segment, I just need you to like rip as hard as you can." And I'm like, "Yes, sir, I will." And because I was young and dumb, and I thought Owen was the greatest, and so we took off. I was ripping like high. I think I had my highest 5-minute and 10-minute power ever, and I was cooked. He went off. I think he ended up getting the time segment.
Motivation,
Yeah,
man.
we get to there, I'm like,
Motivation.
Dude, we're like 30 miles into like a 110-mile ride. Like, I just burn up everything that I had.
Yeah.
I'm cooked. And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna ride slow." So we rode slow for like until we got to the next time segment. I roughed that one out, and we got like another time segment along the river. And he's like, "Dude, I need you to rip another like 10 minutes if you got it." I'm like, "Okay, I'll try."
Yeah.
And I remember I pulled really hard. I got shelled. And then I ended up having to ride like the last 20 miles in the rain by myself with rim brake, carbon wheels. My hands were like so cramped up from grabbing the brakes. And I'm like, man, I did all this for Owen. Like,
No, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, bicycling is a fucking individual sport, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because he can talk all this shit about Owen, but he fucking leaves me by my fucking self
Yeah.
everywhere we fucking go. So, yeah, basically, if you fucking suck, you're getting
gonna get
fucking
dropped.
left. And you're
Nobody
fucking
gives two shits.
yeah, no one gives two
That's coming
shits,
back
and
around.
you're gonna fucking motor back.
my favorite thing is when you see somebody on the side of the road.
In FBC, they probably won't. They'll look out for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
On the social rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tommy's
rode,
rides.
Yeah,
There-
I
there's
rode-
some-
yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
There's
Where
some
like
good
average,
dudes.
average
But
age
between-
is above
between-
60.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then you got AJ and
I used to do
The other
Tommy's
guy.
group rides on my mountain bike because they would start bitching if I got over 20.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll do it on my
Oh
mountain
yeah,
bike.
Tommy will get yeah.
I was like, I
Remember he
never-
started yelling at little Raul when we were going down the.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hey, you going too fast?"
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what? Like, it's 4 of us. Come on.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would do
There's
the
4.
I'd do like the Tuesday night rides at Tommy's shop on my mountain bike. I was like, I can push 240 watts, and I'm going 18 miles an hour. And then I'd get on the front, and he's like, "This is good pace." And I'm like, "Dude," I'm like drilling it. But yeah.
No, that's gonna be me when you're going up Mount Everest, man. I'll be cracking the whip. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't, I would love to do this with you guys, but let's be real.
What?
Are you fucking climbing the Mount Everest?
Well, hey, what's you? I know you looked it up. What's the cost?
Dude,
$100,000.
it's yeah. I mean, if you do it right, I think you can do it on the cheap for like 35 to 50. But you know, if you want to,
I looked it up. It's
if you want some,
$100,000.
like, he's already searched it on his phone. He's like, Owen told me I couldn't. He's like, watch this shit. Already booked a Sherpa.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say you look jacked in the camera.
Oh shit.
Oh, he is jacked.
Yeah.
Not yet, man. I'm 295. When I get a 240, I'll be jacked.
Well, then we got to come up with something, man. Because
I need a goal.
that was the best thing I could come up with. I have nothing else for you, man. Is that or
I'm thinking I need to look up what's the heaviest a person can be natty and bench and ride a bike and be like a cat 3.
There's not like a
I know.
But I know that. I know that's
It's too small.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you want to murk more people. You want the
Yeah,
group.
you want
the
something
list
like-
to be this.
Yeah, you want like something
Are
like
you a swimmer?
can you drink? Can you do a beer mile in under 10 minutes or something
Ooh,
like that?
the beer mile. That's
Ooh.
we have.
What
yeah,
the hell's
hey,
a beer mile?
we chug a beer
What does it
every
sound
quarter
like?
mile.
You chug a beer and then go do a mile. How
Well-
much? Like just what, a 12-ounce can or how much?
No, you do. It's got to be 5 ounces or more. You have to do a can or a bottle every quarter mile.
So it's beer lap,
And see how many laps you can do.
No,
No,
it's
no,
just-
no. You
it's
just
a
do a
mile.
mile fast you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a
Like
real thing.
Like a quarter lap.
Yeah.
So you do
Four
laps.
laps.
Beers.
Yep.
Four
Four
beers,
laps.
4 laps.
Huh.
Yeah, this
Nah,
guy
I
ran
don't-
across
I
the
don't
fucking
I don't want to do
fucking
that.
country on a fucking Schwinn. Need something more
Dude,
than that.
beer. I know. Well,
But the
I
beer
didn't-
mile's fun. And we're
I gave him Everest. You guys are like, hey, beer mile Everest.
Let's
I got to
figure
find something in the
what is
middle.
in the United, the continental United States.
But the 14ers. You can do like all the 14ers.
or
Oh, the 14,000.
Yeah. Was there 10 14ers?
I don't know. There's
a
like
lot-
it's
there-
like 32 or something like
No,
that.
I think there's only 10.
No.
Like,
I think there a lot of them in
Hey,
California. a couple in,
comment in the comment section how many 14ers
I got
there
a
is.
mug
and
that's got all the 14ers on it.
you got a
I
bug?
bought it in Colorado.
Yeah, a few.
remind me.
There's a few in California, a few in Colorado, and probably a couple in Washington. Right? There's a big mountain out
They're
there.
running out my mug.
Anyways,
All right.
Well, no, we need to figure this out. Well, you're trying to do this on
'Cause
at 50.
Because at 50, I want to be the biggest that I could be at 15% body fat or less. Something like that. Like how big can you get and certified natty?
Do you think the Rock's natty?
No, hell no. No.
What you talking
You know what?
about?
Listen closely, man. Anybody
Oh, I'm
that
just
is
letting you
that
know. I
jacked-
don't think that he is.
Okay.
He didn't go to
No,
GNC,
but this is for everybody else.
obviously.
This is for everybody else.
Yeah.
Anybody that is jacked like that and gets accused of not being natty, and they really are, they're gonna pull out their freaking crap immediately.
sure.
It's like, oh yeah, well check this out. Here's my doctor, and I get tested every couple months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I would.
Yeah.
It's just it.
But
whatever.
it could also be he just gets to the point where he's like, I don't fucking care what people think.
No. He's
If
no.
he's
I mean,
right, yeah.
I don't hate on him. I love.
No,
The
like
Rock.
I would be like,
No,
if
no,
the
no,
Rock
no,
was
no.
our president and he was like,
Yeah.
yo, son,
No. Yeah,
we're doing
No, no.
squats today. like,
Yeah, but I feel
okay, that's
like-
cool.
No, I'm with this man so
Yeah.
much. Like natural is just so much.
Yeah, just because it's just I wanted to be healthy. I don't want to be like you guys heard of Rich
You gotta
Kiana?
cut out all the other shit then.
Bro, my
I gotta get my diet. I gotta
That's
get
the
my
problem,
diet,
man.
I gotta
Even
get
your Coke Zero, man. Like,
yeah,
It-
that too.
I'm just saying, like, you want.
But you know what though?
So much
it's
Red 40.
better. It's better to
Whatever
take
it is.
artificial
Artificial sweetener.
Right.
than to
Correct.
have the extra sugar.
Right.
I'm not
'Cause-
saying
'cause
I'm not saying
sugar's
it's I'm
the
not saying
worst.
it's healthy,
Listen,
but that's the better of the
Right.
two
I
evils.
haven't had a fucking Coke Zero or
Right.
Diet Coke in 3 fucking years.
Right.
You can do it. I'm fucking. I used to
How
drink.
many Zimas you had or Zens you had?
I love Zima. Nicotine.
Yeah.
Nicotine. So, but
You getting a sponsor on this?
yeah, but
We're still working that.
yeah.
All 4
But-
We
episodes.
gotta turn the Jack Daniels bottle around.
But no, the artificial sweetener is pretty tough. Like, I think that it even tricks your brain a little bit. Like, if you listen to some studies and podcasts, that it tricks your brain and how it stores the artificial sugar, like sugar.
That rug
Because no
soft?
matter what,
That rug soft.
Dude,
no
the
matter
rug's
what, when you're
amazing.
doing endurance or
Try it,
weightlifting
dude.
or anything, as soon as your body goes into fat burning or burning any calories, no matter what, it's going to burn sugar source
first, yeah,
every single time.
Right.
yeah. But it's like jet fuel
yeah.
though.
No, I agree.
It's jet fuel versus diesel,
if
man.
me and him
like-
were running around here at 140 pounds,
Right.
you know, we can maybe relate to you.
Yeah.
okay?
Well.
No, we got a tank.
Yeah, we got.
No, but even AJ and I have a tank of fat that we can use as fuel.
there's not a fucking. What's your
Dude,
what's your
no,
index?
it's
No.
different. Like
1%?
Yeah, no, we probably store still like 80,000 calories of
He
fat.
may.
I
No,
store
we
my
don't.
titties.
No, yeah, you do. You
Yeah.
do store a lot.
Yeah.
And you can't see it, but it's everywhere.
Yeah. No, like if I didn't eat another ounce of sugar or carbohydrates, I just couldn't work out at a high intensity.
Yeah.
You know, I could
No,
I
carbs-
could ride my
car-
bike across America in zone 1.
Have you played around with like no carb or fasting
Yeah.
or?
So what
I'll
I
save
did
for
was
later.
in February I started a carnivore diet and
Okay,
I lost
yep.
a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And then
Do
and
you
then once
take any
once
sugar? Wait, do you
once
take
I got
any
to 300
sugar?
Yeah, once I got to 300,
Dude,
I was like, all right, now I'm now I'm gonna start eating some carbs, and I'm like right
Yeah.
there. But my bench went up.
Right, yeah, because you,
know what I'm saying?
you got the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
I'm
for
squatting more.
Did you go
So-
for like a 6-week period or 4-week period of just nothing but carnivore, not one single carb? Has there
Yes.
ever been? You've done
Yes,
that.
yes. Like two days in, I got the keto flu.
Yeah,
I felt like
yeah,
Schmidt.
yeah.
your brain function. You're
Yeah,
probably
I was
fucking
like, I was foggy.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
man.
And then
know, but then I
they
got-
convince you like, oh, that's the
then-
good thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, no, your fucking brain needs carbs to fucking work.
But
He's
then-
a carb guy.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's a cyclist.
yeah, I know.
of
Yeah,
course.
but no, you-
So you
competitive
think- so
look,
you think-
competitive cyclists? There's no champion out there that doesn't take carbs, man.
Competitive person anybody needs carbohydrates.
So you think
though.
it's stupid for me or him to not to do away with carbohydrates?
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
you- So that's
100%.
So
Yeah,
the
and-
carnivore
and-
thing is.
But even like
dumb.
carbs
I'm not saying-
take proteins to the muscles.
Right. Carbs like freaking dude, they run the fucking show, man. Like they bring water into the cells. Like it really, you have to have carbs. I mean,
know.
if your fucking brain needs sugar
And
and
like,
carbs
and there's
to
different carbs. You can't just go eat.
Yeah, no, dude,
you
not
can't
yeah,
go
don't
get
eat
Winn-Dixie box pasta.
Yeah.
It's
No,
different
I
than white
agree.
rice.
Right.
Listen, I'm not anti-carb,
Yeah.
but I think that you got to be smart about it because if there's a certain body type like mine,
Right.
I can't just carb up all the time.
No.
You know, because
I agree.
I've
Right.
done it. I've done it in the past.
you and I can't do the same thing.
Right,
I
'cause
agree
I-
100%, but
but I know this much. I feel more energetic.
Yeah.
I feel.
But-
But you know what? If you flip the coin, if I don't exercise and I just carb up, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like a freaking.
But I promise you, if 4 to 5 hours before you go to the gym, you have a nice little carbohydrate. And I'm not saying
Right.
you don't need to eat the whole box
Yeah.
of pasta.
Right.
Dude, you're going to fucking crush the thing. And then after that, maybe a little carbs after just to kind of get the muscle glycogen going again. But then after that, yeah, go back
right.
to
So
your...
what I was thinking was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat some carbs on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Right. But
Like
Base it around-
before, but the thing of it is you have to be disciplined. You can't just be eating
Are you doing cardio at the gym now?
some.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like elliptical or what?
I do that Rogue Echo bike a lot.
Oh, like the-
Yeah.
You got to get on
I
a stair stepper for Everest.
I held. I just did it a few days ago. And I was like, let me see what I could do on this thing. I held 850 watts for 1 minute.
What? Dude, that's insane.
It's like, dude, I freaking died.
They have at the Y where we
insane.
go. They have like a monthly challenge. So like
Right.
the monthly challenge now is how many steps or flights can you do in 20 minutes.
Okay.
And like I've looked at them like, oh, and they got a big whiteboard. Everybody like writes their number down. And I told Chanel, I was like, you got to take the QOM. She's like, what is that gonna do? I'm like, dude, like
Just rip it.
prestige, like just be the highest woman on there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
do it, walk away.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
You want to see the video of it?
Oh my gosh.
This
Well-
guy's all about.
No, yeah.
You're recording on stuff.
I'd rather
You got
show
clips and
I'd rather show.
Yeah, then talk about it. I'm with you.
Well, dude, he said he did 850 watts for 1 minute. Like,
I'm gonna skip some of it because it's like a 2-minute video.
Dude.
I'm gonna do the beginning a little bit. Look at that.
that should be the lead-in video.
Yeah.
That should be the
in the
lead-in
middle of the
video.
day, I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
drywall
It's
building.
like, right there, I'm somewhere around 1,200 watts. Just
Holy crap! Where's all my CrossFit friends? Where's Lance at? What can you do this at for 1 minute?
yeah, and this is without me
Lance
really
is
training.
jacked right
you know
now,
what
so
I
I
mean?
don't.
Dude, Lance is jacked, but I don't think Lance can do 850 watts.
That's
for
what I'm
1
saying.
minute.
Is like gotta be jacked.
Yeah, look at. I feel like. I don't feel like I don't.
I don't know.
What's your heart rate there? Do you even know?
Oh,
You wear a
dude,
Garmin
I-
watch or anything?
1 minute all out, dude. It's
It's got to be
It's maxed. It's
202.
It's it.
he's got a big heart. It's probably like 100 and 150. He's,
See right there. It shows it right there. I'm
No,
gonna
buddy, I believe you.
see there.
Oh, I see it.
Dude, I love all the
1150, 841
Yeah,
average.
yeah.
841.
the
11
bags of like concrete or
Oh,
sheetrock
yeah.
or whatever the hell's in the background.
Yeah,
That's all I'm watching.
Dude, straight up Rocky here, man. Just it's like, let's move sheetrock for training.
Drywall warehouse. It's gonna say it.
There you go, dude. I'm gonna try that. Hey, can I come over and try that and just see what
Yeah.
I can do for 1 minute?
Yeah. I got
All right.
one. I got two of them. I got one at the house.
All right. We'll is that thing because watts
Hey,
per
move it so you like look eye to eye.
Yeah.
That'd be way cooler. Like
Maybe
the
you think I
YMCA
could beat
did
him
that.
watts per kilo though? Is that?
Oh, of course you are.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Overall power, no. But watts per kilo, you're gonna be like 3 times.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
it
so.
I mean, I know what I can do. I can do.
I got one on my house. I live 7 minutes from here.
All right.
Oh, boy.
I can do like 670 riding for a minute.
Dude, this guy's all about like stroking his ego.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Well,
you're
we're
good.
talking-
He's
I'm
world
trying-
class.
No, I'm talking. I want
He's a fucking national
This is the
champion.
problem. We
Hey,
gotta get some of my other friends in
second
here
this year.
because
in the Clydesdales.
yeah.
Owen's cool until you meet other people that are cooler than Owen.
Yeah. No, seriously, like,
They may have got popped for
Do you thi-
doping, but they're still cool.
do you think it transitions? Like, could you do 840 watts for 1 minute on the bike, like back in your?
I have some KOMs where I've had over 1,000 for a whole bunch of seconds.
But like for 1 minute, what do you think your
I
best
don't-
is?
I got to try it.
But I mean, do you think it's pretty close to that, or
I think that may be a little higher
okay?
because I'm using my arms.
Right? Yeah.
And so but at the same time, I've been in way better shape than that.
Okay. Can I train a little bit and then come and try to beat your?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as soon as you beat it, I'm gonna beat
Yeah,
it again.
Right. Well, yeah.
It just,
yeah.
I mean, Owen, you're super good.
Hey, man.
You're never gonna catch me on that thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey.
I mean,
I like
I
it.
mean,
Yes.
Let's go.
We're bringing this bitch in
hey,
here.
we're going
We're
to-
going live.
We're
on
going
a
to
podcast.
Everett right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Owen, buddy.
Hey, Owen, I heard it's
Don't-
this big.
Yeah.
Owen, yeah. Watts per kilo, you got me killed to.
We're going to Everest, boys. We're going to Everest.
Yeah.
This is gonna. we're
But
just gonna
that machine, you're never gonna catch me.
All
on
right,
that.
all right,
It's just too much power, bro.
all right. We're gonna.
Too much arms, too much
and
legs.
I have no clue, man. I mean, I have.
Hey, yeah, it's. I got one 7 minutes from here, man.
Right. Well, yeah.
We can add the clip at the end. And
We
we'll
can't.
just-
Hey, we'll get the camera. We'll take it
Oh,
over there.
That would be insane.
Yeah,
We
let's
should-
go.
we
On
should-
Jack Daniels.
on my flip
Yeah.
flop, flip
Dude,
flops
hey,
and
I'm
Jack
telling you
Daniels.
right now, Jack Daniels adds watts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got 50 watts right
like,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, it sure does.
Can I clip in with my sandals or no?
There are no clips.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I got pedals. We can
Ooh.
swap the pedals out.
No,
You got shoes?
Yeah,
no.
no,
If you
no
did,
shoes.
if you went no
No,
clips,
I
he's
went
going
just.
no clips.
I went tennis shoes.
Oh, okay.
I hear
Yeah.
some tennis shoes right here, bro. We're the same size.
What size are you?
13?
There we go.
No, fuck you.
I'm
are.
13.
Dude, he wears these big ass shoes acting
I'm
he's all
13.
cool. Like a high
13.
I
schooler.
got some shoes at the house.
Yeah. He was like, "Hey, I got these size 13 running shoes, free to anybody that can use them."
yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, come on."
Oh, okay. That's
What are you, a
little
10?
side
Guy.
joke.
He's like,
10,
I'm 13.
9.5.
But he
You
walks
are not
around
a
and they
fucking
slide
My
off the
flip
back
flop
of his
is a
shoe.
12 just because I can hang my toes over the edge. But yeah,
Dude, come Oakley, they don't count.
Oakley,
He's running around saying he's at 13, bro.
you guys are hilarious, man. Whatever, whatever,
Well,
man.
But
We'll be happy. I had this guy.
I got the Rogue Echo bike ready.
I'm
Hell
getting,
yeah.
I'm getting my feelings hurt. I'm already take my
he's gonna leave.
ball and go home here. Hey, well, we're out of here.
I had this guy stop me at the gym yesterday. He goes, "What is a Ragnar?" Because I had our Ragnar
Oh yeah.
tank tops on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was on this team. I was definitely the weakest link.
And we won.
We won by over an hour. And he goes, "What is that?" I was like, "It's like a 24-hour run." That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ate so much rice with so much salt and pepper.
Yeah.
That was my memo, but that was it.
Yep. I bet you could rep a couple more. Some little rice bowl before you go to the gym.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
what do you think about intermittent fasting? Or just fasting? Because see, like me, to lose weight, I would do a 24-hour fast, only eat one meal a day, and it would be nothing but carnivore, and it would be like 1,000 calories. And running 3 miles and lifting
You're
weights.
gonna lose a lot of weight, dude.
Yeah, but until you get to 195, then he starts bitching. He's like,
Right,
"Oh,
but dude, think about like.
So what do I fucking need to do?
But
bro?
think about like
you need a coach.
no, but think
$250 a month, he'll hook you up.
think about a bear. Think about a bear. What does a bear do?
Eat salmon all day long.
Yeah.
Right, but then what does he do after that?
Sleeps.
What's a monkey
Sleeps.
He
do?
fucking sleeps. He intermediates fast for like what, 3 or 4 months?
Yeah.
You know, he sleep, and then why do you think a bear's big? Because it knows, like, hey, this motherfucker's not going to feed me. I got to store this.
Right.
The bear, he's going. So whenever that bear eats, he's storing it. He's going, oh shit.
It's just storing it.
Well, that's it, because your body knows, like, hey, he's getting ready to starve me again. So I better hold on to this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing I can do is drop weight. So it's like right now, if I do that for a week, I'm going to get back down to 190.
Right.
But as soon as I want to fucking eat a little bit, and I'm still eating healthy,
Right.
it goes back up to fucking 200.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, it's all individual.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. Because some diets work for some people, and there are people that only eat meat and they're doing great.
Yeah.
Their mental clarity is perfect. They're just living a good, healthy life.
I had a buddy
And
said
then-
something about your blood type has a little bit to do with
Yeah. It's
what
just everybody's different.
what
man.
you
It's
should
just like-
actually do. So go
like-
get it tested, and then if you're whatever, then that tells you what kind of, if it's a Mediterranean diet or this diet or that diet.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Yeah, I'll give you.
But then you're in the
I'll give you his
system.
information.
Yeah,
You'll
but-
be in the system, and then the government will know everything about you.
Yeah.
Then, like ATF will show up. They'll want all your silencers, like
Yeah.
or suppressors.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Do you own any firearms?
No.
No firearms.
No.
No. All right.
No.
Me either. No, I actually have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few because I got a small PV.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah. 9
No.
mil.
Yeah. Somebody walks through his door. They're like, all right, wrong door. Sorry, I'm out of here. Well, you got kids around the house too.
Yeah.
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 That's another reason probably not to.
Yeah.
Do you love Florida?
What's that?
Do you love Florida?
I sure do. Yeah. Been here since I was 13. Yeah. Left LA, came over here, and
Everyone's leaving L.A.
yeah. I had to live in Arkansas for a little bit,
Yeah.
not by choice.
Arkansas.
Arkansas sucks.
Where were you at in Arkansas?
Where? In,
Yeah.
I was in Fayetteville.
Fayetteville?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
cool area now.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
back
the,
then they had
the Waltons.
No, I actually, that is the best area of Arkansas.
Yeah. Oh, it's hands down.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got Fayetteville, and then you go up a little bit, Springdale,
Yeah.
then Rogers, and then Bentonville.
Bentonville,
Those are
yeah.
those 4 towns, and Bentonville is where Walmart
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a big
Yeah.
bike race out there I always go do.
how
and
close
it's
is that to,
awesome.
like-
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just went up there a year ago, and everybody. I was
Dude,
like,
they had the world championships there
Yeah,
for
oh,
mountain biking.
oh,
like
no wonder.
a couple
because
years
I saw
ago,
a
yeah.
bunch of.
two of the Walton brothers are like big into cycling. I think
they
that's why
have
they
to be.
sink so
They
much
put so
money.
much
into
money
it.
into all that
That's
stuff,
why
yeah.
they took it over there.
Well, it's duck hunting capital.
Is it?
Ducks Unlimited. I
Oh,
went
somebody puts another duck on my Jeep. I'm gonna take it there.
Oh god.
Have you seen that sticker I got on the tracker?
No.
It's like a duck hanging by a noose.
Oh, that's what I need, man. Oh.
I hate that's like the
Hey, we
tackiest
should.
thing.
You know what? We should back up the tracker to the old Jeep out there.
Oh, my
Jeep's
gosh.
gonna pull it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got like 90 horsepower.
Yeah.
So.
I got my first duck, and I was like, ah,
Dude,
crap.
that's so gay.
Yeah, Ariel was like, "You put that duck on the dash. We're having
Really?
issues." Oh yeah,
Good.
she's-
Oh, my
dude,
girl.
I mean, she
Dude,
made me drink
Ariel's
Jack
Ariel
Daniels.
keeps.
I bet he
Owen in
wanted to
line.
put a 13-inch fucking duck in his fucking.
Oh,
Jeep,
for
didn't he?
sure. And then
Dude,
if it wasn't for Ariel, Owen wouldn't be this cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. She just makes it easy on me.
The only reason why we hang out with Owen is because Ariel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me one day. He's like, "If you fuck this one up, dude," he's like, "I don't know if we're gonna be friends anymore." And I was like, "I thought I was
We've
your
we've done a couple of vacations together, and my wife's like, "Oh, if it wasn't for Ariel, like, I couldn't hang out with Owen."
yeah."
Oh, that's
We went to
horrible.
Blue Ridge, and he's like, "Oh, it's really like wings,"
Well,
and she's like, "No."
If Ariel didn't leave him after the celebrity night, I don't think she's gonna leave. You remember the
celebrity night?
at the goddamn
Oh.
restaurant?
No, that was.
Oh god, yeah. She almost did leave me that night.
Yeah, we already
Anyways.
we talked that was last podcast.
So your
Last
wife,
podcast.
does your wife put up with your shit? Like she's at this
Yeah.
point, she doesn't have a choice, or you just what's her
well,
name? I'm sorry,
Sharon.
Sharon. Okay, where'd
Yeah.
you meet Sharon?
School.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't go to the same school, but
Not
we
not
were-
in Arkansas when you were in
No,
trouble.
no,
Oh, okay.
it was here in 1995.
Dude, you're reaching for that one.
Yeah, we were both in school.
Sharon. No.
25.
Yeah.
Your school here in Jax?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school here?
Forest.
Oh, 40.
Oh,
shit.
man.
So how you're 40?
Yeah, 40. I'm 47.
47. All right.
So,
Yeah, I'm class of 95.
I just did a bunch of work at Wolfson, and they had
Yeah, the Wolf Pack. Yeah.
my dad graduated from Wolfson in '88.
It's West Side High now. Okay,
Yeah,
the Rebels
West Side.
are gone. My wife graduated from Forest.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, "Y'all got a yearbook from like '88?" He's like, "Did we do?"
No
And like
way.
we pulled it back, we like pulled my dad's photo out, name misspelled, and I was like,
no way.
"Yeah." And then I sent it to, I sent it to my whole family group
Yeah.
message, and then we showed Charlie, our oldest, and she goes, "Daddy, what are you doing?"
Yeah,
And I was like, "Whoa."
Well, he sent
Yeah.
it to me, and I was like, "That's fuck. That's
Yeah,
that's
we
you,
looked-
buddy."
They look the same? Oh,
100%.
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
got-
you're just a West Side boy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I didn't
Where'd you
know
grow up
this
on the
about
West
him.
Side, or where were you living at on the West Side? I
Off of Chafee or something? Or
On the,
old Kings? Or old old
I was
Plank?
no, he had to be on the
off of
West Side.
103rd?
Yeah,
103rd,
That's where I
okay.
grew up at.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So do you remember where the Riddles Body Shop was?
That's awesome.
It's before Chafee. You know where Monroe Smith is?
Mm-hmm.
Between
Yes, sir.
Monroe Smith and Chafee. You know where it used to be
Serrano,
a
was Serrano.
Serrano. Well,
yeah.
that's further east. Serrano's is where my wife grew up at, or Brandon Avenue is where she grew up at. Where I was down towards hell
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of Sharon.
Uh-oh,
Sharon.
Sharon.
Uh-oh.
Need to answer?
You're in
No.
trouble.
No.
But Monroe Smith. I know we got to
Sorry,
wrap this
Sharon,
up.
we're
but
keeping him.
so Chafee, you know
17
Chafee,
minutes.
right?
Was that?
Chafee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There used to be a Little Champ right there on the. Like I said, yeah, but now I don't know what it is.
Remember
now.
Little Champ?
But anyway, that's where I
Yeah.
grew up
That was
at.
back in the day, Little Champ.
Dude, I remember Little Champ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Little Champ.
That's where we used to always get our booze. We just hang out front. And
And
wait.
we had 10 acres right there. My
Wow.
grandparents had a dog farm. They raised greyhounds. And, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. West
Yeah,
Side.
I was over there. You know where
Raised
Tampico
greyhounds.
is? By the library, in front of the library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That-
her
that-
family grew up like
where-
Bambi Lane. That was all like the Cinderella.
Oh, yes,
stretch out. Yeah.
Disney names.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's on the north side of 103rd.
Yeah,
I was on the
yeah,
south.
yeah, because if
But-
you were on
but
the
right
si-
there, right
yeah,
there.
yeah, because if
Like-
you were on that side of the road, you went to Forest. If you're on the other side of the road, you went to Ed White.
Ed White.
Yeah.
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 Damn. Small
What was that
world.
strip club on 103rd?
Blue Angels.
Which
Mr.
one?
Magoo.
Yeah.
It was
Mr.
Mr. Magoo's.
Mr. Magoo's. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Mr. Magoo's.
We'd come home from
Dude.
the racetrack.
Look at you.
I got a story at Magoo's.
We'd like,
I do
it's
not
well
have a
known, so I'm
story.
gonna say it.
we
Yeah.
we would come home from the racetrack and people would be driving down the wrong side of
Oh.
103rd,
Yeah.
leaving Mr.
It was
Magoo's.
probably my
And
dad.
So there were days that we would do our work really fast, and it's like 2:00, and they're like, "Shit, we don't want to go home, not yet."
Yeah.
And so one time I was like, "Hey, let's go to Mr. Magoo's." It's like, well, shit, let's go. And I'm in there, just having a good old time with the boys, and looking at some tiggle bitties and whatever. And so Sharon starts calling me.
I thought he was gonna say up walks Sharon. I was gonna be like, oh God.
Sharon comes on stage.
And I'm like, oh, nope.
Nope. Just like
And
now.
then she calls again.
Oh no,
I'm like,
she knew.
Then she calls
Magoo?
Oh, she saw your
what?
truck outside.
Yeah, and then
damn.
she's like, Raul Gonzalez, your wife is on the. And then
no way.
Put it on the intercom.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I like-
bro.
Put you
Yeah.
on blast.
Did you take the phone call?
No, I went outside and she was there.
Oh, Sharon.
Yeah.
Legend.
That's epic.
I was a bad boy.
yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah, she caught me at the TV.
Then you got on that bike and started riding to California, huh?
Yeah, no, now the real story why he started riding the bike.
I need some air.
I need some air. Yeah.
Yeah.
She kicked your ass out.
This
Yeah.
thing comes full circle, Raul.
Yeah, she saw the work head outside.
That's crazy. Was it the old white van?
Yeah.
The old,
Oh
yeah,
boy.
Dad had a white van.
Yeah, I've seen the white van in front of the strip club
Yeah,
before.
well, that's
you
what
know?
I'm saying.
Like,
So I got afterwards. I got to ask him if he knows my dad. He's a drywall guy. He's got
Yeah.
on the west side, fucking Magoo's.
Same strip
Yeah.
club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Dude,
It
you
was
guys.
the thing to do, man. You're a
Yeah.
drywaller.
Yeah.
You knock off early. You don't want
Right,
to come home
right,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah, 95. I was like 10. So Dad would come home. I'll never forget. I think he got a DUI. He didn't have no driver's license, but anyway, he'd sucker. It was like midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. All of a sudden, me and my brother wake up and it's like blue lights flashing everywhere. Like, what?
Oh no.
Well, we're watching Pops. Mom probably thinks we're sleeping. We're watching Pops get out of his truck, put in the cop car,
Oh no.
goes to jail,
Right.
and he come from Magoo's.
Well,
No.
Pops
So they
goes to
followed him
cops.
around. At least they let him come home,
Home.
and park the car
Right.
or the truck or whatever the hell it
And then
was.
said, hey,
Get in the car.
we got a
you're
ride
going to
for you.
jail.
Oh man.
Yeah, never forget that story. It's pretty
Damn.
crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the good old Magoo's.
So how old's your dad? Your father?
He's old man. He's 65, 63.
Okay,
But he's
yeah.
been doing this for,
Yeah.
95. Like I said, drywall guys. But he did a lot. He did mainly commercial stuff. Like
Oh, okay.
we built when I was like 18, 17, we built the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena. Drywall
wow.
then. Hernandez Enterprises was doing the drywall. I think it was Turner, Perry McCall, Skanska maybe was the general contractor on that job. I grew up doing drywall as a kid. Wasn't really good at it. My dad fired me all the time, every day. And then he stuck me on the lull to at least hoist the drywall up to the reel.
See, dude, you guys.
See, I learned Gachia, Nawaha. Gachia's
Gachia,
yeah,
Navajo.
yeah.
Yeah, dude,
So-
they sent me outside to pick up like the scraps and the beer cans and like,
Yeah.
hey, just make sure it's clean out front or
But
whatever.
them
And-
drywall guys are insane, man.
Dude,
Even to
yeah.
the day. But like, my biggest thing was like, he's like, get on the stilts and mud up, or run some tape.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
couldn't
one
walk
time-
them fucking stilts. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, one time I put stilts on and I wrapped myself with boxes and aluminum foil, and to put all the bicycle lights on me, and I had the dryer vents for my arms, and took the kids out trick or treating.
No way.
Dude, the people were stopping their cars and
Just
getting
take a
out,
photo of you. Yeah.
and yeah. So
Well, it's
I'm
all-
gonna do it this year again.
Yeah,
Really?
Because every year, my kids are like, well, they're not kids anymore.
Yeah, let me know. I'll bring my kids over.
They're like,
bring
okay,
his kids. you
Yeah,
know?
like, hey, can you do it again? So I'm gonna do it in Fleming and Eagle Harbor. I'm gonna do it this year.
Okay.
Dude, I'll be there.
Yeah.
My sister's moving home from Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
dude,
look-
his sister's way cooler than he is.
Yeah, and
Watch, I'm gonna traffic, and people are gonna be like, "What the hell?"
and she's her.
What the
my niece is
hell?
2.5 years old.
Yeah.
So, dude,
And
I'll hit you
I
up.
had a speaker taped in my back.
No,
Mr. Roboto, and like just all
way.
them. Yeah.
You know he's gonna go if the sucker rode
Right.
from Jacksonville
Yeah.
to fucking California. You know he's doing something crazy.
Yeah.
we're doing stilts to the top of Everest. That's what we're doing.
Then-
Fuck this.
Then the next
Everest
day,
is way too easy.
the next day, my son tells me, "Oh yeah, Dad, they were talking about you at school." And then as soon as I told them, yeah, that was my dad, they're like, oh, the hell no, you're lying. They didn't believe
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So then he
Yeah.
had to go to fucking show and tell. Where
And we're going to put that picture on your podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, all the pictures.
All the-
everything
we
that
got to
we
get some
talked about.
photos. Yeah.
Hey.
If you look at the last one, he went and caught he won a fishing tournament. You know what I had caught a little like 1 pound bass.
Yeah.
That was the
Hey,
That was
check
the
out
photo.
my profile pic on
Uh-oh, do you fish too?
not much,
Oh,
but I got
okay.
lucky this one time.
Oh, you got that
I got
fish
lucky
story.
one time and I had to throw it
Yeah,
back.
to send it
Yeah.
back. He's
Yeah.
so fucking sad about
Dude,
it.
I've gotten lucky about
So
nothing when
sad.
it comes to fishing.
Well, we gotta go.
Yeah,
Like, we
dude,
just
you
gotta
know,
go. I know.
you know. Again, Ariel will go.
I
Like
know. I know.
she's still disappointed to this day. She's like, oh, your buddy said he was gonna take me fishing. I never
know, I'm
fucking did.
sorry.
You know, and
We need to go.
yeah,
100%.
Well,
Like-
when's the right time?
Oh
Winter.
hell yeah, brother! That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
Well, it's a big
He
fish.
just won the
the snapper slapper. I won the snapper. I
Oh.
won both. I won
Damn,
Yeah.
the snapper.
did you keep
slapper.
it? You got a fish? Is it in your fish tank now, or?
No, well that's the thing with it. This is the endangered species right now.
Yeah.
Is that
Only
snapper? You won one day.
One, yeah.
Dude, Owen, you
I
gotta
got-
listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I just won both tournaments.
I haven't
won,
listened
just
to yours
won the
yet.
tournament.
Both of
I
them.
didn't listen
One
to yours.
overall
No.
win, not age group one.
Yeah, no age.
He
group.
overall
I
won.
won everything.
Wow,
Bam.
Yeah.
dude, that's way better than me.
Yeah, mic drop out.
I got second, and you got everything.
Oh yeah, and but you're good. You're old.
No, man, no. I don't.
Your wife's a lot cooler.
Don't downplay that.
That's
you know?
cool. You're still the man. You're
No,
wearing a 13.
no.
You know, I
Hey.
don't have a 13. You know, I got a 10.
All right,
10.
I'm
All
out.
right, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
It's 4:52. He's got to pick up kids.
Yeah.
Raul, appreciate it, man. Awesome
Yeah.
stories. We'll get some
hey,
We
Yeah,
need to
video.
do
okay,
this
so-
again and do an update, man.
Yeah,
Like
for
in
sure.
6 months
Yeah.
or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get some photos of like 'cause nobody's gonna believe you rode across America.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
can do
that. Photos.
everything that I
Hey,
said
we'll do that.
is down to the damn
That's why we
spray
want,
rig I
like-
invented.
That's why we wanted to have you on. I think we could do it again as you a business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Minus Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm good. I'm
No,
good.
he needs to be here so we can talk about
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we're
Rebeco challenge.
Oh yeah, we gotta. Yeah, you gotta keep us going on what the goal is, because I threw out what I thought. Maybe these guys got to think of
We
something.
I need a. By the time I turn 50, it's got to be something crazy. Like
We
Do you
got
have
time, yeah,
anybody
we got time.
you have a badass friend like you that like loves endurance sports and stuff?
probably my son.
Okay, because like I said, realistically, if this happens at 50, I want to fucking go do something fucking crazy with you, and I know he does.
Yeah, he's weak though.
Oh,
I'll
God.
do it.
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah, we gotta do
please.
something.
I ran a
man.
50K because he told me I couldn't.
He quit cycling because he's worried about getting ran over.
Yeah, I don't get run over.
Oh,
That's
oh
different.
well, we can't get run over. All right,
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
Anything
dude.
else?
Yeah,
That's
ciao.
it. Hey,
Yeah.
man. No,
Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.